that, but. Find something to listen to myself. Everybody all right out there? You guys all right? Okay, just checking. How do I find what I want? Damn it. Oh no, it's totally fine.
The kids in the pool?
Yeah. Demons, but Elliot's been on one today.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, but he's just stir crazy really, I think.
Yeah. Well, we only have 1 more month of summer, so better. So with the summer activities for them. Hi. Get your pills and
I apparently don't know.
you got a laptop?
Huh?
Did you get a
No,
laptop?
this is Josh's. I'm borrowing it.
Yeah.
I have that thing on here
Huh?
in the kitchen on me, right here. I have this thing on me right now.
Okay, thank you.
Those shoes sound really nice.
These ones I'm wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been struggling with shoes that are comfortable. These
They
are from
sound
Temu.
nice. They are making a really interesting sound on the ground. It's like perfect. It sounds comfortable.
I need to trace my foot for you.
Yeah.
Especially for like in the house, I feel like that would be nice.
What size shoe do you wear?
Something like between 8 and 7.
You should try the ones that I brought. They're somewhere around here. Well, I left them in the car though. Yeah, I left them in the car. We'll try them on before I leave.
Okay.
Because the ones that I made for myself are kind of like, they're, I don't know, maybe not fitting perfectly. They almost fit Elliot better than they do me. His feet are a little smaller than mine.
Yeah.
But
Probably take a while to
That is that reality, which is exactly what you're watching this video. 98% lose. Reality is a game. There are winners and there are losers. What actually makes somebody a winner in their reality, their ability to create their desired reality, which is exactly what you're watching this video. And I will show you how to do that. It's very important, however, that you know why 98% of people lose the game that is reality, because that's what it is. It's a game. And I'm going to give you 5 rules of the game that you definitely never heard anybody tell you when you first landed on this physical plane that, hey, here's how you win this game. We always think it's something to do with finances or learning this particular form of education. But there is no better education in the universe than universal education. Metaphysics is the highest level of knowledge, which is why there's literal secret societies dedicated to making sure you never learn what I'm about to tell you.
so I found this little basket. Anything random that I find, I'm going to put here.
Okay.
This little basket.
Now,
Yeah, I really love cleaning.
how do we win the game that is reality?
That was my job for like 8 years.
Yeah.
It's just cleaning houses.
That's a question you never asked yourself then.
The main thing I need to do is the floors.
But I can
Yeah, that's my
definitely
favorite part. That's when I
guarantee
bought
you,
that stuff. That one right there.
Oh,
more than likely you have.
I have this process.
The first thing is this.
What's
You have to be very,
It
very
vacuums and mops at the
particular
same time.
in the
But
way
I
that
kind of
you
left it
see the
yucky
world
and
around
clean it
you.
out after I used it, and it
Because
got really.
No, I'll
until
just
you
use
change
the.
the way you
I'll
look at
either
life,
use my
life will
vacuum,
change
or
the
if
way
you have a
it
better.
looks at you.
I'll probably just use my vacuum because I really like that vacuum head. It gets like everywhere,
Yeah.
and then I'll mop
Universe,
my
you
hand.
are
Well, if you wanted to do the kitchen and the bathroom, I can do the
Yes.
floors.
But before I
I
actually
don't really
drop the
care.
5 rules,
Whatever.
I have to make
Um,
this very, very apparent.
But I was just gonna start like
90%
kind of like
of the world view life as a
here,
Yeah.
and then just kind of like go like this, do this,
So long
and
as you
then
see
go
life
in that
or
direction.
reality.
And then I was just
as
gonna like tackle
natural.
that and then go do the bathroom.
Okay.
But I was gonna work my whole way down there.
And that's mainly because of
Well,
one
that's what I
particular
thought
rule.
because like so I was thinking of the areas of the house that she uses the most.
Yeah.
I was gonna offer to clean like your bathroom,
It's
but
not a
No,
battle.
yeah.
It's a
she's not
game.
gonna care.
Yeah.
It'll be the most effective. Like I'd have the
What you
most,
see
you know,
in
because you
life
have
is a
kids,
game.
so there'd be the most
Having
like,
this
wow,
level
that's
of
visible
perception.
results.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be the one to see it.
Highly
Yeah.
attributed
So that's why I said
98%
that in
of
here.
people
So I'll
that
just
are trapped by
I'll
their
just do all
self-inflicted
this and
torments, their self-inflicted
Whenever you have a
suffering,
chance, you gotta
failures,
look
and
in the bathroom.
misfortunes due
It's
to seeing
Well,
life
you
Ignore
as a
how
battle.
it's filthy, but see what I did.
Meaning that it
What did
has
you
to
do?
be
You wanna see?
Yeah, let me see.
almost conflict somewhere along the line. But once you see it as a game,
You're back.
you normalize it. You then understand the cheat codes that I'm about to drop you right now. That is going to make all the difference in all of this. So make sure you really lock into what I'm about to say.
by herself. I'm like, can you just have one baby by herself?
No, you can't.
But
It's
if
not
I go
good.
get 10
I want to see
more.
notes in the comments.
And they'll keep each other warm that way.
Yeah,
Right.
and
If
like
you're
they're
here
gonna live at
watching this shit,
Chris's
that's the
mom's
time
house,
that you
like
get
once
to
I raise him
focus
up.
on video.
So
Only
with the
dedicated
other ones,
to
you know.
one thing here,
So I'm
and that
just
is you
she
being
doesn't.
able
I'll
to
just do that
create
because
your
the
desired
kids like the little
reality
baby
without
phase,
all
and
that
then I can feel good about the other
stuff.
ones having
Unfortunately,
friends.
ain't got no vegan.
So that's good. You're socializing them for her.
Yeah.
On.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Raise them up and
Crystals
get
around
them past
our
the.
house, and unfortunately,
The annoying phase.
Yeah. That's kind of who you are. You know, the kids like it when they're
Yeah,
this
it's not.
size.
I eat meat, pork.
Yeah, it's difficult. I don't like them at that phase because they're too needy.
Yeah, but the
Reality.
kids like Cypress, the only issue is she has like a meltdown
It's
anytime I pull her away from them.
A physical game.
Is there a big light?
Oh what?
Big light?
Yeah.
Big light.
Now you have to understand. I don't know when you got into this particular type of knowledge, but for the most part, most people play the game of reality thinking it's a physical game. And what I mean by that is they're confined within the third dimensional structure and merely perpetuate the idea that this is all that exists. And the cause and effect of what takes place within this realm happens solely within this third dimensional realm, not understanding that there are multiple dimensions, there are 3 planes, and we're going to get into that. But reality is not a physical game. So what most people do is this. Most people work hard. Now, safe to say, chances are you grew up in a particular type of household where you saw your parents working extremely hard. You're probably in that position right now trying to work hard to pay off your debt, your bills, so on and so forth. And you'd work really, really hard to make changes. Now, what you don't understand is where you are. Because once you understand what reality really is, you'll no longer think that the game that you're playing is a physical game. It's not about a physical action. Working hard is another way of saying action. It's not about your physical action. It's really about understanding the behind the scene. So, most people work hard. That's what most people do. So I'll put a big 98% here like you saw at the start. 98% of can't lie, I am never wiping this whiteboard with my fingers again. That is absolutely disgusting. We're never ever doing that again. One thing you lot don't know about me is that I'm a real clean freak. I'm just not into all the trendy stuff. But anyways, 98% of people work hard. They take physical action to get a result. They think the way that they win the game in their heads is through taking action. Action specifically within the third dimensional realm that we call reality. And this is why so many of us watch our parents growing up in the same cycles over and over again. And it's because they're not understanding how the real game is played. Taking action in the third dimensional realm is irrelevant because reality is not a physical game. What is reality then, Nero? Since it's not a physical game, get to it, Nero. Relax, you're gonna get some. Reality is a mental, spiritual game. That's the first thing you have to realize. The real game is played mentally and spiritually. The real game is what you can't see. That is the real game. That's how it really works. Now, coming to this understanding that most people play the game by taking physical action within the third dimensional realm, the people that truly win the game are those individuals that are able to play the game on the mental. Nero, what do you mean? Relax. You're gonna get some. Remember, reality is not a physical game. Reality is not a physical game. Beat that into your head because unfortunately, you've been caught up in the same mistake as everybody else. And until you break free from these lies, you're not gonna be like that fly that is trapped in your crib trying to get outside by bashing into the window. Pause on the bashing. But if it just done a 180-degree turn in terms of its paradigm, it'd be able to fly out the window. Now, you have to understand this. There are 3 planes of existence. For the purpose of breaking down the true game to you, I'm only going to go into 2 of them. There is the mental plane and there is the physical plane. Now, the physical plane is what we call reality. It's where people are working really hard to make a change. This is the realm of effect. The mental plane is the realm of cause. Now, how most people think is, I want to create my desired reality. What can I do physically to change my reality? Essentially, what that is saying is, how do I change an effect by changing an effect? That don't make sense. If you want to change an effect, as you know, you must change the cause. An effect cannot change an effect. An effect can only be changed by a cause. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. What most people do is they take the physical action that they think will get them towards the direction that they want, without first changing the cause that is creating that physical action. I'll give you an example. Think about New Year's. New Year, everybody wants to hit their New Year's resolutions of getting big in the gym, whatever. That's why I'm currently training like a shit. If you don't know what that means, the thing about it, like the hyperbolic time chamber, it's literally solo level. But anyways, what often happens is that people who are unfit mentally, and I'll draw the example. Let's say somebody wants to get in shape, somebody wants to get fit. Mentally, they're unfit. On the mental plane, they're unfit. But they're trying to take the physical action of getting fit to become fit. So they take all the physical action that they think they need to take to get fit. Now, unfortunately, what often happens is that they'll go to the gym for a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months, and then they fall off. Why? Because mentally, on the mental plane, in the realm of cause, they are unfit. And you cannot go outside of the confinements or the boundaries of what your mind has constructed to be the truth. So if you're unfit mentally, you can take action physically of being fit, but it's only a matter of time before your mind traps you back into that loop. It's the same thing. People will work physically hard, wanting to be rich, without realizing that they're still in a state of poverty on the mental plane. And this is how the real game is played. So, and it all comes down to 3 words. I could break down the 3 words to you like this. Just remember these 3 words. So, these 3 words are be, do, and have. And this will illustrate what I'm saying. So, most people think 98%. And I will put a 98% in so you're not lost. 98% of people think like this. They think, if I do take a physical action,
Jesus, that hurt.
I will have
It's like when I'm trying to be the biased. Is there a bug?
desired reality.
God, it's good on.
Then I will be desired reality. So how most people think is, if I take a physical action, I will have my desire, then I will be secure. I feel peaceful, I feel calm. And that's probably what you think. I see all the time when people apply to work with you. If you're an entrepreneur who's stuck in a revenue season, you want to break out and see 5 extra revenue in 7 weeks, link in the description. I see all the time, people apply to work with you, and they think, man, if I just work harder, I will have what I want, and then I'll be content, I'll be peaceful, I'll be free from stress, I'll be free from worry. And that's how we're trained to think about things, which is why so many people lose the game. Meanwhile, you have 2% over here who are playing the game in the way that it truly is. This is why I said reality is not a physical game, it's a mental, spiritual game. You first must change the cause to change the effect. You first must change the mental plane to change the physical plane. It is as within as the without. The mirror does not smile before you do. How the real people play, or those ultra successful secret societies that make sure this type of stuff that I'm giving you never gets out, how they play the game is, you stay with me now. I will be, and when I say desired emotion, what I forgot to write here was essentially what that is a mental attitude. Another way of saying mental attitude is a combination of the mind and a combination of the emotional convictions behind the mind, which output a particular frequency. So I will
Y'all
be
doing all right out
mental
there?
attitude first.
Elliot? Elliot? Okay, not in the pool anymore.
I will be mental attitude. Then, if I do action, I will have desired reality. And look at the difference in how one people.
I've actually never had BBC before, so
First group of people, the 98% of people that fail, which is probably how you
I've
feel
had
about it.
DC but never
If I
BBC.
do this physical action, I will have the desire.
As far as I'm concerned, the
I will be in
fucking
the mental attitude that I really want.
The cliche is not correct.
I will be the mental attitude first. Then, if I take the physical
So if you
action,
really wanted to
I
have a
will
dramatic before and
the
after,
desired
like
reality.
after we get some work done
So essentially,
on your place, you know,
if you want to be
you could
rich,
do the shed.
you need
what?
to
You want to
be
have like a dramatic, yeah, the shed.
You
rich.
should.
Yeah. Not today or anytime soon, but like after we, you know.
You know, I was thinking, so like I want to buy an RV, but I'm probably not gonna be able to buy a truck, you know, yet this kind of
You need to be
situation.
rich before you can be.
So like, what if you like
It's almost
planted the seed in your mom's
counterintuitive,
mind
contradictory.
that if I
How
cleaned
you
your
think,
house,
but that's exactly
like,
what I
once a
need to
week,
do. I mean,
like,
just what
professionally
you
cleaned
do
it.
Yeah.
is by being
If
able
I
to
could park
self-guide
in the
yourself
farthest
to
part of the yard,
attitude of what you want.
Yeah.
where like I wouldn't be bothering
So when I
anybody
say
Yeah.
for like literally until I sell the bus and the truck.
Yeah.
If you, for example, want to do something,
probably
you
know
first
that.
must make your mind sick. Because when you make
Because
your
like
mind
I
sick,
like cleaning,
then
it would be
you take
fun.
physical action.
Yeah.
It'll be much easier for
And
you
it
to
would just be
maintain
like
the
4
frequency
hours
of
once a
that
week.
physical
It's not
action.
that deal.
So then you
Yeah,
have
that would
that
take
fitness.
some-
If you want to
And I think that that would help you guys like a considerable amount. Like I would just honestly do it for free, like right now. Like I just want to help you because I know you're going through shit, and you've just been there for me when I needed it. So you know, like I want to help you,
Yeah.
especially to keep that pressure from your mom off your back. I know how she is, you know, and I want her to be happy when she walks in the door, and I don't want there to be any reason for you to feel like your best is not good enough and
Yeah.
all the things, you know.
I appreciate it.
I love you. I love you both, and I want you guys to be set you guys will set each other up for success, you know.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Well, and I know she's wanting the same for you.
I know, and she genuinely does, and that's why I care and I want to, like, you know. That's why I immediately was found out. As soon as I found out you were cleaning the house, I was like, oh, dude, I'm in.
Can I come in?
No, you're wet. No, we're cleaning. You're wet. What do you need?
Think spiritually. Let's just be real, and that's how you ring a treaty, create your desired reality. Now that is rule number one.
If you get warm, I can bring the AC that's in my room.
Dude, no, I am so good. I literally was, the house is 112 degrees, so.
What?
The bus is 112 degrees,
Your
so.
place?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like so hot.
Well, what about Orly?
He's fine, he's in front of the fans and stuff. I give him all of the good stuff.
Don't worry, we'll cook it. We'll just get in.
He wouldn't get in the car. I didn't feel like dying halfway to get him in the car. I just wanted to hop in and go and,
Yeah.
you know, get it
You
done.
could probably
So-
just run with these
Make sure you
dogs.
take
I know, I was thinking about that, honestly, once I met the dogs and like see how they really are.
Yeah.
It's, I think that other dog that was, that's gone now,
Yeah.
I think that's that dog, it was that dog.
Yeah.
That was like,
And that's why he's gone.
Yeah.
That's why I share the
So-
secrets that the elite
now that that dog is no longer here, there's really nothing, I don't see any of your animals that are, dude, I'm telling you that the Orly is the friendliest fucking dog.
Yeah. Well, they would-
Josh told me when we were at his apartment complex, he goes, this is really fucked up, man. And he's joking, obviously. He's not being serious at all. You know, he's saying this in jest. But he's like, you visited once for a week, and you're friends with more of my neighbors than I am, and I've been here for 4 years. And I was like, it's not me, it's the dog. And he's like, yeah, you're right, it is the dog, huh? Because he's so friendly, all the neighborhood dogs would play with him. Like, he didn't have any issues with any dogs except for one, and it was that dog. It was not Orly. It was 100% that dog. And Orly was just afraid of him. He just didn't want to get hurt and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the dog did hurt him. Yeah, so I was thinking about that last time I was here, like yesterday or whatever, when I was leaving, I was like, huh, you know what? Probably could just bring Orly and have him hang out. And I thought about it when I was gonna come back, you know, when we were like thinking about coming back after the store and stuff. I was thinking about grabbing Orly and bringing him over and letting him run around and stuff, but it's just not worth it to try to get him in the car too frequently. I just did it and it was really it really upsets him, like throws him off having to get in the car, because I have to like pick him up like a sack of fucking potatoes, and then he tries to flail. He doesn't want to do it, so then we both end up getting kind of hurt, and it's just a big fiasco. So I'm trying to limit it as much as possible, but I'm gonna do it. It's on the list. I'm totally gonna.
Yeah. Why does he have such an issue?
I don't know, dude. He was like that when I got him.
Yeah.
He just does not like getting in the car.
Probably just not used to it.
That's what I thought too, but you know, honestly, it could be that his hips, he hurts to get him in the truck and stuff, so I was thinking about maybe even getting a ramp. I have like 5, hello little baby, hi mama, hello, I'm happy to see you too. I didn't know you were here either. Hello.
She's not with her sisters.
What?
She's such a cutie.
She's not with her sisters.
Who?
My puppy.
Oh, with her sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was still her being. I gave him a towel to him.
Oh, thank you. Under the bathroom sink thing, right?
What?
You want to go get one for him?
Yeah, but it was more over there.
Is there not anymore? Or you go?
Why not?
Here, there's one here.
So I saw a bat in my mom's room the other day.
A bat in there?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Inside the house?
Yeah.
How the
And
fuck
like
did it get in
in
the
the
house?
middle of the floor. Like I went in there to shut the door or open the door or something, and it was just in the middle of the floor, and then it like scurried under the bed.
You get out of there.
So then I
Swallow.
just left it.
She's about to get the food
Oh,
in
gonna feed your dog later.
Oh.
Well, after you take
Look
her.
at this.
When she's.
So I waited till
Look
Chris
at
got
this
home so
little
that he could help me,
thing.
you know, like we can corner it or whatever, you know. And then by the time he got home, we couldn't find it. Like tore my mom's room apart, everything out from under the bed, like left all in the closet, like underneath everything, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So it's still not been found.
Mom, I think we should set a camera.
You make everything better.
Huh?
You make everything better.
Get it somewhere?
I think,
Wasn't that?
Mom, if it lives, that means it's
Yeah,
alive.
why don't you go take us to Elliot and then come back and feed her?
Yeah.
It was alive, but I think it's probably dead now because he was wounded.
I think it's half dead and half alive. Now I think it's all the way dead.
Yeah.
Your mom, so the reason that I was like really insistent about that smell of that stuff too, or that stuff that I brought, is because when she walks in the house,
Yeah.
she's gonna like get hit by that smell.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it. That stuff made me so much money, single-handedly. That
Yeah.
spray smell.
I'll definitely use it. Yeah, that's like the worst thing about like these animals and stuff, and like these cats just pee everywhere. Like,
That's
on this
why I'm
house.
telling you, dude.
And she
Pineapple
insisted on
nasty.
getting all these rugs out. I'm like, the animals, they just pee on the rugs, you know, and then like, you know, we paid all this money to get rid of the carpet so we could have these nice floors that are easy to clean. And then you just cover them up with a bunch of rugs that just get nasty.
Dude, that's why the pine island is so amazing. It'll totally be a fresh smell that she walks into. Oh, so excited. Yeah, the cats and dogs are, you know, that's the reason why, honestly, I haven't had pets all these years. Is honestly, I don't want to deal with pee and poop.
Well, the puppy's like done pretty good, you know, like.
Yeah,
whatever.
she
Like,
has.
But it's like the cats have no excuse. Like they're like, you know, however
100
old. I
years
mean,
old.
it's like my mom's, like the old ones mainly that do it. and they just, I don't know, they just don't care. And then she's like, well, I want to get rid of this cat box because it doesn't smell good and it's unsightly. It's like, okay, but now you're just creating a bigger problem because now they're like,
Dude, get one of those like automatic like alien ship thing.
yeah, I saw one on Marketplace. If you have money, I would have got it.
I'll see if I can't get one for free. I didn't get one. I haven't like tried to get one from like TikTok Shop or anything because I don't have the space for one of those things.
Yeah.
But I'll start looking and see if I can get like a free sample. And you know, just basically have to record the animal using it and stuff. That's all.
Did you bring that skin stuff?
Huh?
Did you bring the skin stuff?
Skin stuff. No, I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, because like psoriasis isn't exactly the same thing as eczema, but I don't know if that matters.
It's for all types of. It had a whole list of, you know,
Okay.
but it's for any type of skin issue.
Okay.
It's like these salts from the deep ocean.
Oh.
Oh, I have to check my email and see if Earth Runners ever got back to me too.
chasing my vacuum. Like
I can
it's
put her on.
fine. She's just funny. She's just like, oh, I'll get it till it turns on.
No, she's not scared.
She's not serious.
Is that Mom? Hi. I'm wearing a towel. It all goes up. But I think it might be zero. I don't know
Check
why.
it out.
Yeah. I don't know who it is. Let me open the door.
See how big of YouTube, right?
Okay, Minecraft's fine.
You make the rules. This one requires less of an explanation, really and truly. Anything that you've regarded as truth in your reality
Yeah.
is
But
nothing
no
more than an
Roblox.
idea
Oh, yeah, no
to be
Roblox.
truth. And a simple alteration of that idea will lead to an alteration of
Thanks,
reality.
Ryder, for helping Elliot behave. By keeping him off the
this
Roblox.
idea is embodied by the understanding that there is no truth
Hey.
except what the subconscious mind accepts as true. Once again, there is no truth other than what the subconscious mind accepts as true.
But,
Do you think that you can't do it?
well, it has some bad
Do you
things
think
on it
that you
that
can do it? Then you're right. Do you believe they're not going to take you seriously because
would
you're a
like
woman?
strangers
Then
try to
you're right.
talk to you and
Do you
stuff.
believe that all men are trash? Then you're right.
Not
Do you
only
believe
that,
there's
but Elliot
opportunity
acts
to
like a different
Then you're right.
person
Do you
when he
believe
plays
that
that
nobody
game
wants to see
and
you
it's time to
fail?
put it away,
Right. Do you believe
which
the
tells
world
me
is
that
gonna
the
see
game
you
is
win?
not safe
Then you're
for
right.
him.
Do you believe you can't get that girl because she's short? Then you're right. There is no truth in reality other than what the subconscious mind has accepted as true. None of those things are true until your subconscious mind accepts it as true. And the moment that it does that, it will begin
there
to
any kind of
structure your
special reason why
reality
there's
in accordance to
cotton in
that
this,
belief. And then a dumb person will go out
switch
to
on
work
the
and say,
stove?
"See, I knew all men are
Cotton?
trash.
Yeah.
See, I knew that
No.
no one wanted to
Okay.
talk to me. See, I knew
Yeah.
that
Just making sure that wasn't rigged in some way that you guys
No.
had special and I just
Take cotton
pulled it out on
because
accident.
your
No,
subconscious mind
cotton and
accepted it
stove, I
as
don't
true.
think.
Yeah, that's why I was like, whoa, this is interesting. Placement.
It's
It's probably just some kid was picking at the insulation somehow.
Of seeming like you're right. See, you're right.
It doesn't look like fiberglass, which is good.
Because your subconscious mind had accepted that idea. And the moment you're able to change the rules of the game to make sure that your reality or the rules that you have lead to one place, if the rules that you make for your life don't lead to one place, then you need to honestly sit down, get off YouTube after subscribing. In fact, I don't even care if you subscribe, I don't even care. You need to get off there and make sure that the bricks that you're arranging aren't building you a shed, but they're building you the palace of your desired reality. And miles above. It should all lead to one place once again.
What?
Your desired reality. If the rules that you have set for your life and the things that you accept as true don't pertain or lead up to one part of your desired reality, then you are playing the game backwards. You're playing. I don't even know what type of game you're playing. In fact, you're playing the game that you have set. You play the game that you have set. Ain't that crazy? And the world will try to convince you to accept these rules. They'll tell you, they don't want to see you win because you're black. They'll tell you, they're not going to take you serious, you're a woman. They'll tell you, you're too young for this. The moment you accept those rules, the game that you are playing are then structured in accordance to those rules. Not because that's how the game is set, but because that's how the universe set the game. You make the rules for reality. There are no truths, there are merely ideas. But once you alter that idea, you alter the reality. You Nothing is true except what the subconscious mind has accepted as true. You need to make sure they all lead to one path, that is a desired reality. I don't care what you do, so long as it leads to your desired reality, so long that it makes sure that the bricks that you're building, your mind,
Oh, my toe
all
just cracked
reflect the
hard.
structure of the reality that you want to live in physically. That's all that matters to me. I'm not here for all the extra shit to try to tell you to be a vegan, to wear crystals, and to do astrology, and all that other extra shit that other niggas are doing. What I'm trying to do is give you practical, metaphysical information that you can use to build your reality in the way that you want. And to be honest, I don't even care if you take it serious, because the people that pay me thousands to do it do take it serious, and you're getting it here. So make sure you're dropping those notes. No.
Elliot, no.
No.
Stop it.
No. It's a bad game and I'm trying to tell her about it. It's called Red Dead Redemption and it's for like 12 year olds.
It's for way
They
adults.
forget
Yeah.
physics, like
You just press
some
in it.
left with a wife and chain.
He's about to buy it?
We don't have it, I don't think we have anything up, so.
Oh man,
You little shit.
I definitely don't fit the spiritual sentiment, but it's just
Your
like,
demon is chewing my vacuum.
ain't no drip.
I'll throw her else.
We don't want to eat meat, nor did it. Not allowed, I'm about to do much. Anyways, not this on that, I think that song is dead. But the actual one, Ray Nephews. Now, rule number 3. Very, very simple. Rule number 3 is you can't have what you
Ryder, just don't even worry about that stuff that's out of your.
Now you're probably thinking, what the hell? How does that even make sense? You can't have what you need. I want you to think about something. Because this is something that always frustrated me when I was growing up. You know, why is it the people who need the most money have the least? And why is it the people that need the least money have the most? How can you have? Why do the people that need money the least have the most? And why do people that need it the most have the least? Why? It angered me. For such a long period of time, I could never understand it. Especially growing up in a situation where we needed more money, you know. And it's just like it escaped us. Then I understood what it all was. Of course, years later, having studied this stuff for 8 months, reading nearly 400 books on the topic. Big waste of time, by the way. Don't do that. You're better off just taking 10 solid books and rereading them. I would definitely drop the books this, so you ain't gotta ask me again. But exploring the space, and the space is all about between you and your desired reality. So if I say this is you, I am not an artist. Don't know why the legs are so small. If this is you, and we say that
Ryder,
this is
come
your
grab
desired
Poppy real
reality
quick,
over
please.
here,
Come here real quick and grab her.
if you have a big space in between you, it's all comes down to the importance.
That's it.
The baby's crying.
Now, the
She
moment
said that when she told
that
me to
you're
go to the
able
bathroom in
to
her. She told her she had to go to the bathroom right now. That's why I asked her to
importance,
grab her.
the gap in between you and your desired reality merge into one.
I was about to grapple.
Well, when I
This is why
No,
the
she peed on the floor though, buddy.
I'll take the dog.
They don't face
okay,
the
put her outside. We just can't let her back in.
the most important time. This is why the moment that you really wanted something really bad, essential amount of money, it almost seemed like it was running away from you. And it's because you were creating space to your importance, because importance is another way of essentially saying,
Tell him, Elliot.
Huh?
Tell him, Elliot.
Yeah, 2 months. It's not too hot. It's actually kind of cold out.
you're giving something more meaning without, your life absolutely for life. And that's essentially what we all are. And the moment you're able to collapse the importance, you collapse the space between you and your desired reality, and then merge into one. Anything that you really want, you're not going to get it, my friend. You're not going to get it. And until you can collapse the importance between you and what you want, nothing's going to change. And the way that you collapse the importance is by understanding what your desire is, and the middleman choice, particular type of frequency that you inherently want to experience.
What did I
as
say?
an electromagnetic
If Ryder could swim.
experience.
Oh,
As
yeah, that was
simple as
earlier.
what I just said
And
is,
Ryder was
you
able
want to
to.
experience
No, he didn't swim at all. He
the
just sat
state
outside
that
the
you're
pool.
currently not
Oh, well,
experiencing.
no wonder you're hot, Ryder, outside. Go get in the pool. It'll literally change the game for you, dude.
You want to feel fulfilled.
Don't
You
change
want to
your
enjoy
whole
it. You
life.
want to feel
You'll be
content.
so
You want to feel
calm
happy.
like me.
But
I
here's
was
the
really
thing.
hyperactive
Your
before.
desire is a middleman. You can cut out the middleman, stretch out, jump straight to your emotions, step into that frequency. And when you feel so good that you don't even need that desire anymore, that's when it comes to you much more easy. That's how it works.
For swimming.
You're not gonna fall again, buddy.
Yeah, you're not gonna fall because the broken stairs against the non-broken stairs. So you just step on the broken stairs.
And next time if you fall towards the pool.
Yeah, but what he always falls climbing out of the pool.
Oh, well then how about Elliot comes and gets us, or Elliot gets out first and guides you and helps you.
Yeah, better.
Or you come and he can come get me and I'll help you. That way you don't have to sit and stuck outside of that pool, buddy. It's just like your bike. When you fall down, what do you do?
Get back up.
Anyways, rule number 4.
And you fall.
You get back up and you try again. Imagine what would happen if you didn't get back on try with your bike when you fell that one time. You would have never had all those fun times you had this whole week riding that thing.
Get up for a little bit and go to my mom's house. Oh, come on, let's go swim for a little while. Please, it's beautiful day for swimming.
Ryder, Elliot's been literally thinking about this for the last weeks, coming over here so much and hanging out with you. And playing in the pool, so go take the opportunity, baby.
Going back to those caveman days, if you believe if you was a caveman, we won't get
Well,
into
it feels
what
like
that, but anyways,
basically like
let's just
counting
go
all the nights.
the point
It's
that I'm trying to make.
basically
If we
been
go back to the primal days, in the primal
It's been a
days,
week
man,
since he's been asking to come over and go swimming. He started asking me a week ago.
the most physical strength.
It's been a week since he started asking me to let him come swimming.
As we evolve
Yeah,
this
since
And then I let him come yesterday, but he's been begging for a week to come.
Right now, the landscape of the game entirely changed. The strongest individual don't really need shit these days because we're not in those primal
I'm going
days
to
where
my
it
dad's
was
tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to his dad's.
And I'm gonna be
The
going
world
for
that
a
we
month.
live in now is determined by the frequency. And the individual with the strongest frequency wins.
Like you said,
Video
40 minutes,
shows how
in
to
40
develop all
minutes,
your problems.
you would
So if
swim
you
with
watch
Bird
the
go.
pool with me.
And if you haven't watched
Where's
this,
Bird go?
listen to the devil,
What
which is just me
Little
being
bird.
real.
Oh, I bird.
There it is.
So go listen to that video. And whatever other
Sweet,
video
comes apart anyway.
watching,
You said 40 minutes.
all it needs to
In
be an
40
individual with the
minutes,
strongest
you go swimming
frequency
for 10
is
minutes,
your
and then we'll take
ability
a break, then wait, in another like 40 minutes we'll go swimming again.
to
Like right
maintain
now is the time to swim, because I'm going to be gone tomorrow.
conviction
Huh? In 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
in
Way too quick.
your design,
Way too quick.
reality,
Yeah, but 5 minutes is a long time. I'll be in the pool waiting for you.
already
Huh?
exist. And I always think about Jeff Bezos, you know.
I'm gonna go to the pool.
Wait, you can't go outside of the pool unless he's with you.
Saying, well, that was one doesn't make
You have to have a friend with you, or an adult.
And he was like, yeah, it makes no
It's too dangerous to go out there by yourself. You can hit your head and drown and no one would even
He
know.
was able to maintain conviction in his desired reality of where he saw his company. He was the individual with the strongest frequency. Now, within reality, anytime that the world can make you lose conviction in whatever your desired reality,
Give him just a little bit of time, Elliot, and maybe he'll go back out in a little bit. Just don't harass him, just give him a little bit of time.
And anytime that takes place, you will submit and bow before the world. The world will literally put you in a place that you don't want to go, which is probably where you are now or where you've been. And once you train back to that, think about the reality that you want to move towards. You had a vision of that. Somewhere along the line, the world made you lose conviction in the potentiality, or you recognize your desired reality already exists right now, and you're already
You
in
can
it.
play Minecraft, but you can't play like
And so
Roblox.
if you're able to maintain
You can play video games.
He has
is
Rocket
that you're trying to
You guys can play video games as long as you're not playing things where you shoot people or you do anyone harm.
You can either see
He can't play video games that are not made for his age or appropriate.
individuals that are at the top of the
What
chain.
do you got?
Individuals at the
He
highest
has
frequency.
Rocket League.
Now, high
Rocket
frequency doesn't equate to
Rocket
highest
League is a
level
game where
of
you have a car and you like
intellectual
hit a
spiritual
soccer
consciousness
ball
by
into a goal
You
and
can
then
play that for sure. You got two controllers?
to the point that so long
Yeah,
as
he
you
only
can
has
It's messed up.
one
Okay, well
other
that's not fine. How about you guys do 10 minutes each? Go.
Well,
Play
if
video
you
games.
send 10 minutes, we will go swimming together.
Zero. If you can look at the back
Go play video games for a little bit. Take the opportunity that you got,
One
Elliot.
of your hair clip things fell out.
It's probably not mine, baby. It's probably not mine.
5
Then
minutes.
you're not living in that desired reality. Your frequency isn't strong enough for you to create the reality that you want. If we start strengthening your frequency by strengthening the conviction
Elliot, his
of
cheeks
desired
are red and
reality
he's
already
hot.
existing by being
Give
able
it a
to
rest.
maintain
You're probably
shape
hot
conviction
because you.
without adapt.
My cheeks aren't red because I was in the pool cooling down.
That's true, right? I mean, let's say that.
But I was like 6 months
You need to
times
be
because
rich before the
I
world
was
proves it to you.
like,
You need to be peaceful before
if
the world
you're
proves it to you.
if
Your
you're
business has to be at 100K
if
revenue
you're
before the world
hot,
proves it to you. You need to be making 10K per month
No,
before the world
because it
proves it to you.
didn't-
Whatever
Your
your
heart is
desired
hurting?
reality is, you want to be
It's 'cause he inhaled- he swallowed water,
The world proves it to you.
pool water, and he
Well,
says.
you probably were roughhousing a little bit too much.
It's hurt. I know, because I've swallowed a lot of pool water in my time. Your heart doesn't hurt from that. It's actually your stomach, and you have like vomit problems. No, but I didn't vomit at all. I know, but like you have burps, basically. Like vomit burps. Well, I didn't.
This one might be a
But
bit
sometimes you have
controversial, but I guess everything that
Just
I'm
to show you.
I'm a spiritual nigga that do
And
it.
then swallow it, and if it has any,
Find on
but
the
swallow it.
whiteboard
But if it
of
doesn't,
ancient spiritual knowledge, I guess, with already this controversy. But rule number 5.
just like that. Yeah, well, I only did it one time. Yeah, that won't make you do it then. That won't make you do it. Like, I get 5 minutes, you get 5 minutes. Even though I don't.
Reality doesn't care if you're not.
Don't bother, Darren.
Now, I could never conceptualize the
yeah?
idea
No,
of
it was only
why
him, not me.
I've been talking to good people. I grew up in an
Alright, go in there and play video games,
environment
Elliot.
where my mom
I don't want to play games today. I can't play
So
games
you play for a little while, honey, with
Despite
your
watching
friends.
struggle, could
And
never
then
understand
when you guys are
how
done
these
playing
people,
video games
these
for a little bit, then you can
absolute
go
nice
outside and play for a little bit.
you know, went in the particular direction that they wanted to be. Why would bad things happen to good people? Why would we continuously struggle? Why would things not go their way even when they tried really hard? And it's because I came to the conclusion of the understanding that reality doesn't care if you're nice. Now, beyond the religious indoctrination of what you've been taught in terms of how God conceives humanity, what you have to understand is on the highest levels of existence, unfortunately, the concept of morality doesn't exist. And if you think morality, if you think the universe has a level of morality, throw a baby out the window and I want to see gravity stop and catch that baby. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And once you see it like that, if a baby puts a fork into a socket, electricity ain't gonna be like,
If you can't do it yourself, baby, I'm sorry, I'm filming right now, so.
the forces of nature, but they were looking at the energy of the universal laws.
Elliot,
So they were
just play video games with the kid for a little bit, Elliot.
back to what was
He's
said
not
about
in the
what we
same
have to need something that the
hyperactivity
human
shape
something
as you
you have got beyond the moralistic conceptualization of how you think your world should be because you're such this nice person. The universe doesn't care.
Yeah, I get it.
Now, the only thing that the universe cares about
Weird with games today.
is your
You can
frequency.
swim at Dorian's. You're not like missing out on your only opportunity to swim.
We work on Saturday and Sunday and
Elliot,
7
stop.
days a week.
Mental attitude
So
beyond
play
the beliefs,
really
emotions,
good.
and conviction of identity, thoughts, and attention is simply self-concept. But when I really add to the self-concept going, within Neville got it, is emotionally convinced. Because a lot of people will create the self-concept where they think that they are this individual, but your thoughts aren't enough. Your subconscious mind is particularly programmed by emotion. I'm actually reading this book on hypnosis. Yes, I've actually hypnotized 2 people before. My friend Cherry, she won't let me show the video, unfortunately. So yeah, but anyways, self-concept. The universe, when you think about your frequency is determined by your mental attitude. Another way of saying self-concept is who you are emotionally convinced that you are. Who do you truly feel that you are, not who you think you are. So a lot of niggas think there's something that they don't feel themselves to be, which is why when you try to do an affirmation about how you're rich, it feels wrong because your emotions are in one particular thing. And whatever there is emotional charge in terms of self-concept is what is going to be outputted into your subconscious mind, which is then going to be outputted into your frequency, which is then going to be outputted into your reality. The universe doesn't care for us. Unfortunately, what we would categorize as bad people have amazing self-concept. They believe they're capable of anything. They believe they're going to get whatever they want regardless of it. They're unapologetic about having their desires. So there's no guilt associated with what they want. That causes the vibration of getting what it is that they want. Bad people, unfortunately, have great self-concepts, which means they have great frequencies, which means they have great reality. But unfortunately, good people have terrible frequencies, and they have terrible frequencies because they have terrible mental attitudes, and they have terrible mental attitudes because of their terrible self-concept. They lack the belief in themselves. They doubt themselves. They self-sabotage themselves. They limit their potentiality based upon the confinements of what goes around them on that frequency has leveled them to. And it makes all the difference, because if they were just able to change, and mind you, bad things happen to good people, and it's because good people have bad self-concept. That's what it comes down to. And so long as you're playing this game that you think you're a good person, you do decent deeds, and all of this and whatnot, you're going to be trapped. You're going to be completely trapped. You're going to be completely trapped. You're going to be trapped within the confinements of adhering to something that only exists on a human level, but not on the highest levels of existence. You're not trying to please humans. You're really and truly trying to please the universe so you can be put in a reality that pleases you and those around you. That's the real game. So it's not about being nice. It's really about making sure that your frequency and your self-concept are all in alignment to your desired reality. Before wanting a particular desired reality, ask yourself, do you already have that? Because unfortunately, you can only have what you already have. Now, with that being said, those are the 5 rules on how to win reality. Now, I ain't got shit else to say. So I'm gonna just end the video, but yeah, I'll see you there.
It sounds like the next video.
Get out of here. Stop trying to watch my YouTube videos.
Books read and consumed.
You're addicted to YouTube, buddy.
Error experimentation and applied by 7 to 8 figure entrepreneurs to help them make way more money, work way less, and have way more universal flow. So when it comes to this manifestation, reality creation stuff, I'd say I know my shit.
Mom said no
And if you think
YouTube,
there's
don't
a lot
forget.
to shit. When it comes to manifestation, you're probably getting caught up.
I know you watch YouTube a lot, but you're not allowed to because YouTube is made for adults by adults. It's not for kids at all. It wasn't. There's some kid stuff on there, but it was made. YouTube's not really for kids at all. Yeah, but it's still not really kid safe. It's a manipulation and it's a lie. They're trying to get as many kids as they can to be exposed to these awful things so that they can make sure that the next generation is starting off on the wrong foot. So that's why we have to be so careful as mommies and daddies what we allow our kids to consume on the internet.
Trick you into thinking that you're right, and you're only right because you believe you are. It's the same way that if you believe you can, then you're right. If you believe you can't, you're right again. Belief will continue to exist based upon the energy that's been poured into it. Every belief and idea is contributing to the materialization of the reality you want. And if you have ideas and beliefs that oppose it, they are the building blocks of failure, and you must get rid of it. Guard your energy by setting boundaries. Energy serves as the basis of the universe, and it is a form of cosmic currency that everything in existence wants. From beliefs to people to entities, they all want your energy. The successful reality creator knows that every interaction is an energy exchange. So your energy is protected. So they have something to actually invest into.
Oh no, I don't know where Elliot is. Probably hiding from you.
Protective mechanism of your energy, because you don't have enough energy for yourself, you don't have enough energy to invest into creating the reality that you want. You must wisely only grant access to those that you choose. Way to live a sad life is to be realistic. Be delusional. That's the only way your desired reality is. To be realistic is to live on the boundaries of others. They have decided it's possible based on what they can see. The eyes can only see 0.0035% of what actually exists in reality. And you don't see the other 99.9965%, which means if we're looking at this airport logically, there's more unseen than there is seen. So does it make sense to define the potential of what you can achieve from 0.0035%? Or does it make more sense to define your potential from 99.9965%? That those numbers are crazy. Anyways, to create reality for possibilities and impossibilities of others is to be their prisoner. It's like what Steve Jobs said. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that really do. What I would change that to is the people who are crazy enough to think they can change their world are the ones
Elliot, just do what he wants to do. It's his house.
Imagination is
You know?
what's in the knowledge.
How do you know? I still have to detail my trunk.
Abundance over everything. The successful reality creator only lives with an abundance mindset. The creator will
So,
that
we're too stressed out about when I'm leaving and just live in the moment.
Whatever you want, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that due to its divine spark, you are part of that infinite nature. When we kind of translate that to the world, that is expressed as abundance. Abundance is your cosmic birthright. It's not a privilege, as you've been tricked into thinking it is. It's your birthright. And this belief serves as a foundation for you to experience prosperity and opportunity. There is more than enough, and anyone who says otherwise isn't speaking from God. In order for you to actually experience abundance, you must first actually be in a consciousness of abundance, because the universe is always trying to give you things. But if you're not in an abundant mindset, you are not in a receptive state to receive what the universe or God wants to give you. Once you're in that abundant state of mind, there is no blockages, so things will be given to you. It's almost like in an abundant state of mind, you're like a sponge that's not being squeezed. You can absorb whatever it is that you want. When you're in scarcity mindset, you're squeezing a sponge, and a sponge that is being squeezed cannot absorb what it wants. Gratitude is God. The successful reality creator knows that the nearer you go to the source, the more you shall receive. And the soul that lives in gratitude lives closest to God. Gratitude is a frequency that you have already received your desire, which is a prerequisite to it materializing. Connect gratitude to your goal and be grateful that you already received it, and the universe will move you closer to that reality. Gratitude is a secret power that brought Lazarus to life. And if you don't know who Lazarus is, there was a man that died in the Bible, and Christ brought him back. And once you understand that Christ is consciousness, then everything's going to change. Because here's the thing: before Christ had even seen Lazarus come back to life at all, and everybody was like, where is it come back? Christ said in John 11:41, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. Which means that Christ was already grateful for Lazarus being brought back to life before he had even seen Lazarus being brought back to life. So if you want to do the impossible, you need to be already grateful for it ahead of time, and then it shall happen. You must rest in a solidified state of mind that it has happened, and be grateful for it as if it has happened physically on the physical. Manifestation techniques.
Just go to sleep. Every time I get up, so I thought she might want to get up, but she's not acting like she doesn't want to get up.
She was later and love on you. They're in space and occupy all your attention and time. She's the most princess. You know she's gonna be one of those I need coffee in the morning type of women.
Seeing your desired reality materialize, but you can feel so good that you don't need it to manifest. Then it will manifest. 7. Love the success of others. The successful reality creator understands that an important concept is non-duality, which is we are all one. You need no one but yourself. Everybody's just a mask that God is wearing. The truth of us being one, each individual who appears to be separated from you is simply you in a different physical expression. So the ideas that you project onto them come back to you. To love and to celebrate the success of others is to celebrate the love and the success of yourself, which emits a beacon of light into the universe for it to visit you. In the same manner, the negativity projected onto others will eventually come back onto you. So learn to love seeing other people win. And this is why so many people can't win. You have to learn to love it as if you're winning. And at that point, it won't be much
I
easier.
were
It's
coffee
difficult because we're always fighting the primal side of who we are, but you must transcend and rise above that and ascend to the high levels of consciousness, which is unconditional
I have
love.
to text her real quick.
The real you is who you are when nobody's around and the social boss is not. The more that you're the real you, the more that authenticity makes you the God self to bring you the wisdom that brings you closer to your reality. 9. Never be serious. Have you ever noticed that extremely successful people seem fun? Like, the successful reality creator is always laughing and playful like a child, because this is the truest essence of God. Seriousness is a disease of adulthood that is rigid, doesn't allow the universe flow to pass through you. It's this energy that you need to create the reality that you want. It's like what it says in Matthew 18:3 and said, truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Law 10. Be comfortable with being a black sheep. The successful reality creator understands that the success that they desire will come with a disconnect and a separation from their friends and family. Despite knowing this, they are willing to stand out despite no longer conforming to the group norms. Social contracts are parasitic agreements that you sign up for as a human to receive love and approval, the exchange of conformity. By breaking these contracts, you are detached from your unconscious attachment to staying the same. Because especially when I grew up in the hood, like, well, I can't say I grew up in the hood because it wasn't there, but it was just but anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Most people have an issue with change. Just like, it's almost said as something negative, are you changed or you're acting different? But you have to change to become the butterfly from the caterpillar that you are. To reach the heights of your most potential, you have to be comfortable with being the black sheep and being isolated. And it's important that you surround yourself with other like-minded black sheep that are on your journey. And if you don't have those, then you need them or you will not survive. You will end up becoming like everybody else. So make sure you join the 21st Century Alchemist community. Link in the description. Stay intellectually humble. The successful reality creator knows that humility is the basis of all spiritual and intellectual evolution. Knowledge is the vehicle to the destination that is your dreams, which means you must be open to all knowledge, and unless you humble yourself, you won't be able to accept it. Think back to the sponge. When you're squeezing, you can't receive, but when you relax and open and let go, you can receive. You must forever remain a student and humble yourself to all perspectives of life, no matter the appearance. Remember, appearance is just an illusion. You cannot know the truth and search for it. As Lao Tzu says, to paraphrase, he says something to the effect of, those who talk do not know, and those who know do not talk. If failure is a success, the successful reality creator sees no such thing as failure, but due to the law of polarity, failure and success are one energy, simply at different vibrations. Perception is the ultimate vibration of a certain task, such as failure to turn everyone else into a win, every failure into a success, and every setback into a win. This understanding
Elliot,
of
honey,
failure
that's
creates
enough.
an illusion, which is a temporary condition that will change when your perception towards a change. How much power perception has is probably the most underrated tool.
So I guess that's what's holding me up.
4 weeks after spending 7 years making the exact same amount of money every single year, which was 2 million. And it was all because we got him to change his perception towards failure, because your perception feeds into your projection. Now, if you're an entrepreneur who's starting to run their business and elevate their business, either to their console, allowing you to earn more workers with way less struggle, or calm, then link in the description. And probably it helps us sometimes the effects of every failure brings with it the seed of equivalent success. Law 13. You are what
Guys,
you just
that's enough, Elliot. Take some space.
You said 46 minutes.
Yeah, just take some space. Just take some space. Go play a video game, or you go play outside and do something else. So ride a bike. Listen, pretend we're at home, except for, listen, shh, except for, no pool. But listen, you have access to a safe yard that is fenced in with no danger. Go play outside as if you were at home. And then Ryder will eventually see that you're having fun and want to join you.
but you don't have it, and just reflects exactly that. If you want it, then you'll never get it. In your mind, you need to decide that what you want is already and it's already is yours, and then it shall be.
If I unplug it,
Use adversity
Do what?
as a test for some.
well, if you unplug that, then
Understands that the nature of the universe is that there will always
I don't know what you're talking about.
be results in your life.
green on green on green.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Result, when low sugar is tested,
Well, I don't know what you're talking about at all.
That
Oh, that, I
in.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Ding dong, ding dong.
I'm not gonna touch it.
It's like the doorbell thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it.
But like, if you press it, it won't do anything.
Yeah,
And then outside of the gate, it will.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it at all.
exercise self-mastery,
At all.
firm in the notion that your desire
Me?
manifests
40.
and not granting an emotional reaction, because
I'm
if
almost
you
as old as
do
Gigi.
go back to that state of
How does Gigi?
I have no idea, but she's, we're closer in age.
16,
I think she's just a little bit older than me, just a couple years older than me.
10. Be still and know that I am God. The successful reality creator is always meditating. And this doesn't mean you have to be sat on a mountain in an orange robe, literally emptying your mind. Meditation is simply the act of moving away from the outer world and going into the inner world. It is going into the silence. This travel
Your
into the
sister
inner
down, or
dimension
she's
where
with
you
your sister,
meet God, and it's also the epicenter of the unfoldment of your reality. Meditation serves as a cure for the chaos that the ego has become addicted to by depriving it of that chaos and forcing it to be still. Because when you exercise your will over the ego, this is the pathway to self-mastery. And if you want to learn more about how to master yourself, you can go see my full master self-mastery video, which will help you do exactly that. Now, when you're ready, there's 2 ways I can help you. If you've ever felt lost on your journey or alone, both of these things are dangerous because it makes it difficult for you to maintain your frequency to actually change. So, join the community of like-minded black sheep that are creating reality without the woo-woo nonsense. The 21st Century Alchemist community. Link in the description. And if you're an entrepreneur who's stuck in a rut, then there's free video training in the description that will allow you to excel your business and life so you can earn more.
Don't forget, no YouTube.
Less work and struggle.
Yeah. I can't even do anything. I don't know what to.
Do you ever feel like the universe is ignoring your messages? You've been asking to change for a while now, but for some reason, it's just like your messages.
He wants to play with you. He just doesn't want to play video games because he's more an outdoor play. He plays outside more. He's not used to playing inside all day.
Like it's already a long day. Now,
He
whenever
goes
I
stir
asked her,
crazy
she would
being
just point
inside.
blank, I kid you not, point blank, act like she didn't hear me. And it drove me insane. Eventually, after a solid 30 minutes of repeating, hey mom, Mom, Mommy, like a robot, I would just give up. This is how it can feel with the universe sometimes. That frustration can lead to hopelessness. And here's the confusing truth for you. There is no universe. There's only a universe. And by the end of this, you're going to know how to make sure that the universe gets your messages and replies back with the quickness. If it feels like the universe is ignoring you, it's because the truth is you are ignoring yourself. Now, you're the only universe that exists. There is no universe outside of you. And 98% will never know this. What comes to your mind when you think of the universe? You probably think of stars, galaxies, planets, and aliens. The most destructive lie ever sold to humanity is the lie of externalization. What should come to your mind when you think about the universe is you. You are the universe. You are a microcosm of it, which just means that you are a miniature version with all the same qualities. Now, AJ, could you put up that photo of that tweet that Will did? Shout out my boy Will. He literally put it together perfectly. And once you see the image, what you should see is as above, so below. A consistent principle of creation. The universe is the best mathematician. On the left side is an atom, which is the building blocks that you and the universe are made from. And on the right side, you see the structure of the solar system. They are identical. Or even look at this image. You have the brain cell, the universe, the DNA and the double helix nebula, the eye and the helix nebula. I mean it literally when I say that you are the universe. There is one inside of you. And Carl Sagan, one of the world's most famous and renowned astrophysicists, said, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. And the craziest part is, thousands of years ago, the ancient hermetic alchemist said, as above, so below, and so below, as above. Whatever it is within you will be within the universe. This should give you a light bulb moment to the statement that I made earlier. There is no universe. There's only a universe. That is why they say reality is a reflection of who you are. You've never been ignored by the universe. Every message that you try to send to the universe got ignored because you was trying to send it to somewhere it doesn't exist rather than within. And the more you begin to look within instead of without, the more reality will make sense and the more your message will finally be heard. Now, if you could ask yourself this question anytime reality isn't going the way you want, it will force the universe to reply to you instantly. The simple yet powerful question is, what is happening within you? The truth is, the universe never actually ignores you. It's always replying to you. You're just not communicating with the universe, then this should be your second light bulb moment. Did you know that you and the universe fought back and fought back every single moment? The mistake is that 98% of the world thinks that the universe, i.e. yourself, your internal dimension, your inner dimension, communicates through language like us. So you try to talk to it in English, whatever language you speak, and it's not hearing you because you're not talking the right language of the mind. And the universe has 3 languages. And if you don't speak them, then it will ignore you. Once you know these 3 languages, everything will change. Language 1, emotion. Now, Neville Goddard says something extremely profound, and that is emotion is the language of God. Certain cultures across the world have adopted the idea that God has a chosen language, which is pure egotism. Emotion, unlike language, transcends reality, as emotion is energy emotion. Emotion emits a frequency into the universe, which acts as a filter of light, the realities that you experience. Frequency is like a reality assigner. If you imagine ordering something on Amazon, it has a specific product code, so then the factory knows the warehouse, or it knows exactly what to give you. It's the same kind of frequency. And in the Kabbalah it says, by being able to master their own moods and feelings, they can utilize rhythm and escape the great part of the operations of cause and effect on the ordinary plane. Emotion is everything. Emotions alter the vibration of the thoughts that you have, so they're supercharged, increasing the likelihood of their manifestation. Emotion is more powerful than any thought or any word. This is why while people pray for prosperity verbally, their emotional state is frustration and sadness, which is the only thing that the universe hears. And I remember growing up in the church and seeing people pray year after year for their life to change, for prosperity, for success, and they would cry sadness while they were praying because, you know, it mattered so much to them. And unfortunately, their words aren't heard. And there's actually a scripture in the Bible where Jesus says something to the effect, so I'll get Adrian to put it up, it's something to the effect of, you know, don't be like the heathens who think they'll be heard for their words. And the point of that is, it's not what you say. It's not about the words that come out of your mouth. It's about the emotion. That's the largest shareholder of your frequency. And emotion breeds emotion. Whatever you feel, reality will seek to maintain and multiply that feeling by bringing circumstances that maintain that. That's what you have to understand. Language 2, attention. Now, in my role as an esoteric advisor to high-achieving entrepreneurs, I always stress these 3 words to my clients. So, never forget them, write them down, tattoo them, put it as your lock screen, never forget it. Attention is alignment. In the realm of the universe, attention takes precedence over your words and your thoughts. It doesn't matter how much you think positively if your attention is still focused on the opposite, because that's all the universe thinks you're aligning to. Wherever your attention is being placed is the reality that you're being aligned to. The universe is a careful observer that never takes a day off from observing where your attention is being placed. Wherever attention flows, energy goes. Attention is like centralizing energy. It's almost like shooting energy to one point. Think about it like depositing into a bank account that brings either wanted or unwanted realities, which comes down to what is the placement of your attention reflective. What many people don't know is that if it can't get your attention, then it doesn't exist. Language 3, the now. If you want the universe to actually hear you, then you have to play by its rules. And one of its rules is there is no past or there is no future. There's only the now. Live in the future until you have no concept of it. A major mistake that you've made your whole life is thinking, I will be one day, soon, in the future, I know one day. And what you're not realizing is that any one of those beliefs states that to believe that you will be or one day it's going to happen or soon it's going to happen is a confession that at this moment in time, it's the only moment that exists, you are not. And if you're not now, then you never can be in reality, because only the now exists. You must enter the emotional state of being that suggests that your desire has already manifested and allow yourself to be consumed by that. Once you focus on seizing the now, you will seize the reality that you want. Now, here's how the universe actually replies. Like a phone, you're probably connected to the universe. It will send you notifications. Off the basis that you're always communicating with the universe, whether consciously or unconsciously, the universe is always replying to you, whether you know it or not. Have you ever had a strange coincidence? The truth is, there is no such thing as coincidence. There are only synchronicities. Synchronicities are meaningful coincidences that are seen as signs or messages from a higher power. See them as an indication of the connection between the spiritual and the material aspects of life. They are a reminder that you are forever reflecting the universe. Think about it like the universe telling you to pay attention. It's like when you keep seeing the same numbers over and over again. It's like when you're thinking about somebody and then they hit you up. It's like when you're looking at a car online or some shows and then you start to see everywhere in real life. The more you begin to link the events of your life to your mind, the more you will realize that the universe is always talking to you. You just need to listen.
Hey,
Once
everybody.
you begin to shift into your desired reality, a series of events that lead up to your manifestation will begin to unfold, and it's time to pay attention.
fucking love-
Start with your intuition telling
I
you
love
to do
cleaning.
certain things.
It's one of my favorite things to do. That's why I'm so depressed in my own house, because I literally can't clean because there are no counters to wipe down, there's no cabinets to clean and put things away, there's nowhere to organize, everything's just piled on top of everything, and I just like can't. What am I supposed to fucking do? There's nowhere to put anything. Oh god, such a pain in the ass.
Over 2,900 days, over 350 books. This is roughly what it took for this manifestation stuff to finally be connected. No more confusion, no more analysis paralysis. I wasted so much time, money, and energy trying to get that click that you're waiting for. That light bulb moment where you finally see clearly. Well, let me tell you some real shit. You don't need to read over 350 books. You also don't need to spend over 2,900 days learning. All you need to do is listen to everything. Trying everything, and I mean everything. 8 years of reading everything, and I mean everything. I've simplified it all to give you that. This manifestation stuff isn't some trick to me. It's quite literally.
Where can I put all these water bottles?
I don't know.
No, out. Some home if you have like something to put in.
Like, I'm not. Dutch, Mabel, come here.
tell you, lock in.
Come here. Dutch is out.
First things
Hey,
first.
get out of it.
Come on, Mabel.
It's a
She went the
skill.
other way out.
It kind of is magic and it kind of isn't. Anyways,
Sorry,
I'll close the gate.
manifestation is a
Probably wants to
skill.
relax
And like
again.
any skill, the more you do it, the better you become. And if you're struggling to manifest your desired reality, you're probably not doing anything actually wrong. You just haven't been to your exit. Your ability to live reality is directly tied to how much manifestation muscle you have. You can go to the gym and lift way more than you could, would you? At least I hope not, because that's how one time I dropped 100 kg on my head when I was benching. Like, I can do it. I went for the second rep and I couldn't do it, but I dropped down my head. Anyways, you have to understand that most people see manifestation wrong. Probably you too. If you're like me, when you first heard about manifestation, you probably saw some corny new agey people talking about it. You know what I'm talking about? You know the typical spiritual, I'm spiritual starting package. Well, most of the time, these people don't actually know what they're talking about because they're very true to what belongs to service. They make manifestation out to be like some magical and mysterious thing, but it's not. It's a spiritual science, and you have to see it like this if you want to be consistent with manifesting, because what it does seeing a red balloon for a specific card and a specific color, because what this will do is build your manifestation muscle. So by the time you decide to manifest your desired reality,
It's the pool.
what I'm talking about is most people want to make 10K and manifest 10K, but they're currently making 500 a month. That's like trying to fit a watermelon into a glass. It just won't work. You must always keep in mind the reference from which your subconscious mind perceives your desires. Think about it like this. It's easy to climb steps up to a mountain than to try and scale a mountain in one jump. That just doesn't make sense. Lesson number 2. Technique doesn't matter. It's all a lie. I remember when I first learned manifestation, I was mind blown by the idea that my mind could change my life. Survival mode to actually living all with my mind. It was crazy. It's still kind of crazy. Now, this explanation sent me down a rabbit hole, searching for the holy grail, the one technique that will work for me, the one technique that will change everything. Then I received a rude awakening after trying them all with no results. There is no best technique. There is no secret technique. That is all a lie. It's all marketing. Get that into your head. Wake up. The best manifestation technique is you. None of those techniques work without you. It is the energy that you put into the techniques that make it work. Without that, it won't work. The emotional conviction that you have that what you're doing will work is the only thing that makes it work. And it's more important than the actual technique. The rabbit hole.
Get out of here, no. No, get out. No.
Techniques, videos, and so you relate to shiny objects saying powerful affirmations.
Elliot, somebody, come get this puppy on me.
This is not it's all a scam. You wake up. So now you're probably thinking, okay, there are multiple ways that you can is that when you choose a technique, only do that one technique. I don't care if you're trying everything in the same way that I do. Choose one for the next couple of months and pour emotional conviction into knowing that what you're doing is working. The idea that it's going to work is more important than the actual technique. Believe me. And if you stick to that, you save a lot of time.
Okay, so you just gotta watch out. I just turned the ladder around, but you just gotta, when you're out, Ryder, are you listening to me? When you're inside the pool, that step is still gonna be broken, so you just jump into the pool, okay?
Okay, that's what I always do anyway.
Stare at the vision board and try to pretend that you actually feel something. Wake up.
I don't know what the out.
Do you ever feel stuck in a loop when it comes to this manifestation stuff? Does it ever feel like a chore, almost like an obligation? You get into a point where you're like, oh, I just gotta do it in the same way that you just gotta brush your teeth. Well, that's a mistake. Not brushing your teeth, but seeing manifestation as a chore. And it's a mistake that you need to stop making. You don't have to do it every day. Did you know that I'm related to Malcolm X? Okay, that's alright. You didn't believe it though, did you? Well, you believed a lie. That is the idea that manifestation is something to do instead of something that you already do. Imagine someone trying to sell you something like how to breathe.
Oh my freaking god, I'm gonna help right now, oh my god, help. Run, come get the trash and run.
What? Better?
Trash. No, like a melon that has turned to liquid and it's like I can't move and it is bad.
Without realizing that it's not you need to visualize.
It looks fine. I don't know how to move that.
Spaghetti.
I don't know how, but like it looks fine when I like it's weird.
It's not a joke.
I got it.
If you make it
Like
work,
well.
you become one. This isn't a rule of the universe that you have to wake up and do this every single day. It's just something that you heard and ran with, which is fine. But I want you to actually manifest with the least amount of effort and struggle. So
This was the one thing about the pantry that's like the worst is that when stuff goes in there,
Yeah.
you know, you don't remember it.
Yeah.
That's perfectly
It's like awesome having a big pantry and it sucks at the same time.
It's your state of being. Your mental
I know
attitude.
these
Your mind surrounding This is why some people will never do a manifestation technique in their life, but they will manifest and be extremely successful. And I think about my clients when I think about this. They're all elite high achieving entrepreneurs.
Should I save these empty water jugs?
What they've done consciously. This is how they do it. The more you're able to consciously direct your thoughts, your attitude.
I just want to know if I should put them back in the thing, or if they're like actually garbage and they just start
And let's be real.
hanging out, you know.
Well,
I know you don't stop lying.
we use them like in emergencies.
It's
Oh,
not
okay,
true,
yeah.
but
It's all
But
fine.
they can go in the shed.
There's room and stuff, I think, but I just if you open the shed, that's fine too. I just don't want you to think I'm like trying.
I put all of them in the shed, so I don't know.
Okay. I just don't want you to have to like do anything that's a pain in the ass.
No, that's, my mom will be happy
It's
about
not.
that.
Okay,
Let me tell you what I mean. I remember I was walking down the street. I felt like a crackhead walking down the street with my face smiling so hard that it was hurting. Why? Because some lady on YouTube who looked like a crackhead told me manifestation is about making sure that you feel good and happy and euphoric all the time. I'm a very relaxed, chill guy in real life. So this was very off-brand for me. It's not my style. Which brings me to another lesson you can avoid. Manifestation isn't about feeling high and euphoric. That's just the blind leading the blind. Most people follow the idea that if you manifest your desired reality, you feel high and euphoric, which may be the case for some, but it wasn't for me. So understand this and you'll stop listening to crackheads online. Not all manifestation is evil. There isn't a one-size-fits-all approach that will work for everybody. And if you don't realize this, you'll miss the most important part of manifestation, and that is you know yourself. I'm a pretty nonchalant, chill guy. So if I manifested my desired reality, sure, I'd be happy, but I wouldn't be smiling 24/7. And the truth is, even when you do manifest your desired reality,
your mom just like the diet stuff or regular stuff too?
because you're not smiling
Only
about
Chris
your
drinks
current
the regular
reality.
stuff.
Now, why?
Huh?
Only Chris drinks the regular stuff when he's not here.
Okay, that's why I wanted to fill the fridge what your mom would like.
I know.
So just the diet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying another important word. Normalizing your desired reality is extremely important, which highlights the true current. To manifest, you just need these two words: serene confidence. Not every person, if they manifested their desired reality, reality would feel euphoric.
I'm gonna drink one of them too.
But you know how most people would feel? Probably everyone, including you. You'd probably
Two Capri
feel
Suns
secure,
for the
calm,
kids.
and confident. More important than feeling euphoric and high all the time is feeling calm, serene, secure, and confident. Emotions are such a maximum. There's a reason a euphoric high is called high, because sooner or later there's a low. You can't maintain it, and you try to maintain it. You try to maintain being happy all the time, being at the airport, higher frequency, but it just doesn't work. However,
So I need a vacuum in my room. Should I use
a serene,
my vacuum or our vacuum
it's
or?
easier to maintain.
Use your vacuum. You can use my vacuum if you want. It doesn't have a very big bag. I was just gonna use it for the like the detailing, cleaning, and I was gonna use your vacuum for like the big space. Yeah,
I was just gonna carpet clean that room, but I figured if I don't,
it's a pretty good vacuum though. If you want to try it out.
With it,
You're welcome to.
I figured if I don't like clean the vacuum the floor around it, then it's just gonna make the rug all nasty.
It's gonna be about. It'll probably be similar to that one in power.
Yeah. Well, this is easy to use, like standing.
I remember when I was in survival, there was nothing.
Oh, I love this. I got like 3 drinks going.
Having to worry about seeing my mom struggle. I wanted it so bad. I mean, why wouldn't I? Who wants to feel helpless? And because I wanted it so bad, it escaped me. It felt like the world hated me. As weird as this sounds, the moment I stopped caring, it worked. I know, cliche, but there's a power in it. The funny thing is, you've been utilizing the secret power throughout your whole life, and you
These
just
sausages need to go in the refrigerator.
the secret frequency
Huh?
of not needing.
Freezer.
The frequency of not needing. The secret frequency is embodied by 1, not caring too much, 2, not being so fixated.
LOL. Okay.
3, not letting your emotions be swayed by maintaining your failure of what you want. I want you to trace your
Barely
mind back
found a
to your
spot for
past
him.
when you either didn't care about something or you stopped caring. It might have been a subject at school. It might have been about a certain person. It might have been about an event. It might even be FIFA with your boy. And you killed it. The success was so effortless. The frequency of not needing is what will collapse the gap in between you and your desired reality. Take this example. The people who have the least amount of money want it the most. And the people who have the most want it the least. When you're in a state of mind where you don't need anything, it opens the room for inner peace, well-being, and those 2 words that I spoke about previously, serene confidence, which is a prerequisite for manifesting what you want. And it also taps into the true definition of what it really means to manifest, which isn't to create reality, which isn't to pair reality with your thoughts. Everybody's got the right definition. The true definition of manifestation is shifting internally to a degree where you're no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing your reality change. And that's the realest you're ever going to hear. And if you want more information on that, go watch my previous video on how manifesting is easy AF. Now with that being said, those are all my lessons. I'll see you in the next one. Why do you always expect the worst in life? Think about every time in your life when you said, I knew that was going to happen, and it happened. What was that? Did you become a prophet? The truth lies in frequency, and the truth is, you created it with a power that's been hidden in front of your face your whole life. Expectancy. Expectancy creates reality, and the world has trained you to expect the worst so you can manifest the worst. And expectancy is more powerful than any affirmation, vision board, or visualization. And I'm going to show you how the world has been using it against you so you can flip the script and create your desired reality now. Why is expectation more powerful than any technique? Or what you expect is what you get. And most people die never knowing this. When you expect something, that means you're anticipating it. Think about like a boxer. When he's in the ring, he has to anticipate his opponent's punches. Anticipate is a form of preparation. And this is where we uncover the secret frequency of expectation. When you prepare for something, that means you know it's going to happen. And that's the key that will unlock your desired reality every single time. Most people think that manifestation is believing, and that's why they will never manifest. Believing is not enough. I need you to drill this into your head. Manifestation is not about
There, I'll take those
believing.
home.
It is not enough.
If you want, you can get those out of your hair.
That means it's
I
not
honestly just didn't feel like stacking them up anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, you know what? This will work.
If the light switch, it's going to turn on. And if you even know it will.
I want number one spot. I will have it. You know,
That's the same level of conviction that you have to have for your desired reality and expecting it
Yay.
to be here.
I want to know what I would do
Man, that looks so
if
good
I
in there.
didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Now, 6.8 billion people across the world claim to have faith, but none of them really know what faith is. The world sold you a fake version of what faith is.
242 million. Oh, sold a fake airport for 242 million.
And that is why having faith never works for Christians. And I say this as somebody who grew up watching people pray for things year after year, and it never changed for them. Now, the moment that you know the true hidden meaning, the true esoteric meaning of faith, everything in your reality will change. True esoteric faith is a prerequisite for creating your reality.
Hi Collective, I feel really guided. I wasn't even going to do this, but I feel really guided to do a quick pick a card message. What do you need to know right now? Just going to keep it totally open, but obviously someone needs to know something if we're doing it like this so quickly and off the cuff and bing bam boom. Maybe something's happening really quickly for you. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards from this deck. I'll show you the cards and you can choose your group based on the cards. If more than one group calls to you, of course, watch more than one group. It's totally cool, whatever you want to do. If nothing's calling to you or the message starts and you're feeling like you're not resonating, you can choose something else, or maybe just it's not your message this time, and that's okay too. So let's pull the cards. I feel like these are going to be really short. What do you need to know right now? 3 groups. What do you need to know right now? The first one, Golden Eagle, Enlightenment and Success. So it could be the bird, the color gold, the sacral chakra I'm hearing, or it could be the idea of enlightenment and success, or just the imagery. So let's see the second one. We have elephant, community, and perseverance with seal, spirit, and perception. And the third group, spider, connection and shadow, and crane, dance, meditation. Do you guys want me to do an overhead and then you can look at it some more? I feel like maybe that's useful. Okay, hold on, I'll do it. Okay, group 1, the Golden Eagle. Okay, group 3, the spider and the crane, connection, shadow, and dance, meditation. Be delicate with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. If you're doing any inner work, exploration into your web of experiences that were created, then only go as far and as deep into those experiences that have happened in your life as you feel guided and comfortable to go. In other words, don't push yourself too far into the shadow space when you don't feel comfortable with doing so. Now, shadow work is always pretty uncomfortable, but there's a difference between being uncomfortable and being grounded and knowing you're safe and all of that, and then being uncomfortable and feeling like you're gonna go off the deep end with something. So if you feel like you're treading dangerous territory within yourself or within a particular situation, take a step back. Okay? Shadow work gets talked about a lot in different places, you know, in different spiritual places and psychology and so forth, and pop culture too. But it's kind of serious stuff. you're going into your subconscious mind, pushing yourself at times to open doors that your conscious has closed because it was too much at some point. And so if we're going to open those doors, we should be able to open them with a little bit of resistance, but maybe like, you know, the door opens, it hasn't been open a while, it's like a creak, you know, it's a little creaky. We shouldn't have to get a pry bar and like pry the door open. And if we're doing that, it's probably not the right time. Okay, so this is a message here for someone who's really doing some deep inner work, and perhaps you need to ground a little bit or give yourself some boundaries, some guidance, some safety and security as you navigate yourself in your inner world. Because you can go quite mad going into places in your psyche that aren't ready to be danced. You know what I'm saying? And this is when good therapy is useful, right? A good therapist will help you navigate that and pull you back when you need to be and all this stuff and hold your hand, etc. But if you don't have access to that or you're not interested in that whole thing, then this is just really like allowing yourself to take your time. Because another thing that happens too is if you're a person who's in pursuit of ascension and higher levels of intuition and psychic abilities and all that stuff, and you hear a lot of people talking about how they got to that place by doing shadow work, which is a refrain, like it's something that's said quite a bit because it's true, then you might feel like, oh, to get to that place I want to get to spiritually, to evolve to that place, I have to go into the shadow. But maybe it's not the right time, or maybe there's certain spaces that aren't ready to go to yet. Because usually shadow work doesn't come by choice. Sometimes we hit a place where there's nowhere else to go, like to open that creaky door and see what's behind it. It's the only door that there is at the moment. You know, so sometimes forcing ourselves to do shadow work either ends up not being really shadow work. We're not really going into our self-conscious. We're not allowing things to surface. We're just kind of using our conscious mind, in ways that aren't really helpful. Or we go into a place that is beyond our means at the moment. Okay, so this is telling me just to, somebody here needs to know that it's okay to rest right now and give yourself a reprieve from some of the heavy lifting that you've been doing. And it's not to say that you're not being successful. You've probably got to places that a lot of other people won't dare go to. But there are places in our psyche that we'll never actually touch and reach. And some of that is for good reason. Okay? What else here? Intellect, wow. Wow. You're a smart person too. Which can be like a double whammy when you're doing shadow work, because you understand intellectually some of the concepts and ideas around what it means to do inner work and so forth. And so you, like intellectually, you know how to go to those places, but maybe emotionally or somatically, like in your body, there's a resistance that, no, I don't want to go there, but your mind's like, oh, we got it. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of pay more attention to how your body's feeling. Summer and divergence. Okay, this is a very interesting message, and it won't be for everyone, so if it's offending you or you feel like it's not resonating, just don't listen to it. It's your choice. But someone here could be doing shadow work or so engrossed in that subconscious world and the healing and the trauma and all of that, because because you're trying to escape something or move away from something else in your life that actually requires your conscious attention. And it's an easy distraction. And it's an unhealthy, which is interesting because that is your shadow, right? That is your shadow doing something there. I feel like you're outsmarting yourself here with something. Or maybe you think you are. Hold on a second. Death and abandonment. Yeah, look, ascending, begin again. Let's see one more of these. What else for Christian? Red, courage and humility. Well, it takes courage to have humility and to also know when something is beyond ourselves, that we're not ready for something, that we can't go there. Like, for instance, I know there's places in my shadow and also traumas that I have yet to work through, and I know that once I go to those places, all of a sudden, I'll be better for it, I'll be more relaxed, etc. But I also know when everything that I do is saying we're not ready to go down that spiral right now. So you have to listen to that too.
That's a nice little surprise. I wasn't
To honor
expecting
that part of
You know what
yourself.
I mean?
Yeah.
Because she deserves
Okay.
it. And so do you.
So I'm getting death, abandonment, begin
Okay, so
again.
I'm
It's
gonna
best
mop
to cut
this
any
floor,
losses and start
And
anew
then I'm
right
gonna start
now. You will
vacuuming like
gain
the
more
living
in the
room
long
and
run.
then work my way
Ascending,
that
you are
way.
making a
Okay.
leap in
I'll
consciousness
work
now.
this
Let
way,
go
but,
of anything holding you back. And I feel like you are ascending.
Okay, so I'll use the mop after you.
I don't need it right now.
Okay, I'll use the mop.
I was just gonna use the broom, honestly, and this piece of rag, and I'm gonna really get these spots that really need it. I was gonna just do it
Knowing
by
that you
hand.
don't know everything.
So you can
everyone
totally use
or
that thing in your body,
especially about your
and we don't have to argue over it. Oh, the living room looks so good.
Huh?
It looks so good
You get
over
Oh,
there.
oh.
It looks really good.
Starting, and then I was like,
You
oh, I
can see
might
it
as well
from
start.
here, so like that it's a visible
as you
difference.
progress on your path.
Yeah. I watched that down. I need to fill it up. That's about
All
it.
of
Okay,
this
yeah, I'm gonna put it in there. Is it ready?
Yes, and then I'm
And
gonna
when you can
after I
have
fill it up, I wanna
with your wrongs or where you
use
thought
this side to mop.
you really
Big mop water.
Okay. I used all my other ice cubes, but there's
when you have that.
I don't need any. I got like 3 drinks on too. I'm
It's
totally
a big game. It's a big, big, beautiful part of someone's character, psyche, and soul.
But yeah, I like doing it by hand better.
And I feel like
So if you can like,
you do
when it
that.
cools down a little bit, we can go to your.
And I feel like your humility is actually the part of you that's calling you to take a step back right now.
I mean, whatever you want to do, dude.
Not
Honestly.
from like
And then I was also
your
thinking like,
spiritual
for
self, not
sellability, so
from
first one,
whatever
like when I am
you're
gonna
doing,
sell a
but
vehicle,
from like
like I
being
kinda take
part
all
of
of
yourself
like,
and not like
I think maybe
discovering
take
all
stickers
those
off.
like, traumas and
Or
whatever.
just because you're not gonna have.
I know.
It's
It's
gonna
just
open, like-
weird. It just means it's real, you know.
Yeah, well, and if you're not ready, that's fine.
And that's no. I mean, it needs to be done.
That's
you
just
know?
what I do.
It needs to be done. It's one of those things. Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do? Like, they're like, oh, I'm serious about selling my truck, but I'm gonna stop you from being able to sell it at the best price.
Cause like it shouldn't, like people
I
should be
mean,
able to
I
see
have-
past that, but like honestly, you know, it gives your truck like a personality, and then that's just like a smaller like part of it, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, if a serious buyer should like, you know, obviously they can see past that, but it's just little things that to do to add appeal to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Release and waterproof.
And I got the pressure washer out there.
This part waterproof.
And then my favorite time to take pictures is like, you know, right before like
They're
they do like golden hour.
the feathers
Take your water.
are waterproof. They repel water, so they can sustain being in the rain and they don't get wet to the floor.
Oh.
And so metaphorically, this card talks about how
We're
you're
trying to
able
do like
to
no pass in the house,
not,
but it's just so hard, just with the kids.
let things affect you emotionally.
Especially when the cats are like used to being in the house.
What's being said here is this
Yeah,
that
and
you
they
can
come out here.
handle something, or that you're like waterproof to a situation, that nothing's gonna really affect you, or you know, how do I say this? Being tough, having that tough, I can handle this. I can do this. I can confront this.
Alright, here's a half a cup of water for
I don't know
now.
what it is exactly, but seriously, you can release that. It's okay to be a little bit nervous. It's okay to like be a little bit cautious about exploring certain parts of yourself. There's a time and a place and a person for
I'm
everything.
gonna have to rewind it like significantly.
Oh yeah.
Some
well,
of
I'm
you-
gonna be.
There's a difference between
I have
being
headphones too.
uncomfortable
Huh?
and being
I have
grounded.
headphones too if you want to like Bluetooth ones.
No, it's okay.
Okay. I'm gonna step outside for just a second.
Dude, literally, I'm just gonna be in my own little world just doing this, and I love that.
Okay.
Honestly. The
Thank
least.
you so much.
No, thank you. I have something to do. I love it. Told you I love it. I do. I meant it. I'm not making it up. I really do love
Web
this shit.
of
Okay,
experiences that were created, then only go as far and as deep into those experiences that have happened in your life as you feel guided and comfortable to go. In other words, don't push yourself too far into the shadow space when you don't feel comfortable with doing so. Now, shadow work is always pretty uncomfortable, but there's a difference between being uncomfortable and being grounded and knowing you're safe and all of that, and then being uncomfortable and feeling like you're gonna go off the deep end with something. So if you feel like you're treading dangerous territory within yourself or within a particular situation, take a step back. Okay? Shadow work gets talked about a lot in different places, you know, in different spiritual places and psychology and so forth, and pop culture too. But it's kind of serious stuff. You're going into your subconscious mind, pushing yourself at times to open doors that your conscious has closed because it was too much at some point. And so if we're gonna open those doors, we should be able to open them with a little bit of resistance, but maybe like, you know, the door opens, it hasn't been open a while, it's like a creak, you know, it's a little creaky. We shouldn't have to get a pry bar and like pry the door open. And if we're doing that, it's probably not the right time. Okay, so this is a message here for someone who's really doing some deep inner work, and perhaps you need to ground a little bit or give yourself some boundaries, some guidance, some safety and security as you navigate yourself in your inner world. Because you can go quite mad going into places in your psyche that aren't ready to be dancing with. You know what I'm saying? And this is when good therapy is useful, right? Because a good therapist will help you navigate that and pull you back when you need to be and all this stuff and hold your hand, etc. But if you don't have access to that or you're not interested in that whole thing, then this is just really like allowing yourself to take your time. Because another thing that happens too is if you're a person who's in pursuit of ascension and higher levels of intuition and psychic abilities and all that stuff, and you hear a lot of people talking about how they got to that place by doing shadow work, which is a refrain, like is this something that's said quite a bit, because it's true, then you might feel like, oh, to get to that place I want to get to spiritually, to evolve to that place, I have to go into the shadow. But maybe it's not the right time, or maybe there's certain spaces that aren't ready to go to yet. Because usually shadow work doesn't come by choice. Sometimes we hit a place where there's nowhere else to go but to open that creaky door and see what's behind it. It's the only door that there is at the moment. You know, so sometimes forcing ourselves to do shadow work either ends up not being really shadow work. We're not really going into our subconscious. We're not allowing things to surface. We're just kind of using our conscious mind, in ways that aren't really helpful. Or we go into a place that is beyond our means at the moment. Okay, so this is telling me somebody here needs to know that it's okay to rest right now and give yourself a reprieve from some of the heavy lifting that you've been doing. And it's not to say that you're not being successful. You've probably gone to places that a lot of other people wouldn't dare go to.
Amen.
But there are places in our psyche that we'll never actually touch and reach. And some of that is for good reason. Okay? What else, Spirit? Intellect, wow. Wow. You're a smart person, too. Which can be like a double whammy when you're doing shadow work. Because you understand intellectually some of the concepts and ideas around what it means to do inner work and so forth. And so you, intellectually, you know how to go to those places. But maybe emotionally or somatically, in your body, there's a resistance saying, no, I don't want to go there, but your mind's like, but we got it. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of
Yeah, it's called doing it in
spite
spite of
how your
yourself.
body's feeling. Summer and divergence.
It's like having PDA autism.
Okay, this is a very interesting message, and it won't be for everyone. So if it's funny or you feel like it's not resonating, just don't listen to it. It's your choice. But someone here could be doing shadow work or so.
Guys, I'm gonna go through at the end and do all the super
subconscious
chats at the
healing
end.
and the trauma and all of that. Because you're trying to
I'll look at all the
escape
super chats at
something
the
or
end.
move away from something else in your life that actually requires your conscious attention. And it's an easy distraction. It's an unhealthy, which is interesting because that is your shadow, right? That is your shadow doing something there.
Man, these baseboards clean up
I feel
so
like
nice.
you're
Whatever
outsmarting
paint she
yourself
used,
here with something.
or whoever painted it, shit,
maybe
did good.
You think
Yeah,
you are.
Hang on. Been here about kind of feel like we need to.
The freaking
Death
paint that they used, it's just
and
like, doesn't,
abandonment.
stuff comes right off when you
Let
want
me
it
get a
to.
few more. Yeah, look, ascending, begin again. Let's get one more of these. What else for group 3? Ren, courage and humility. Well, it takes courage to have humility and to also know when something is beyond ourselves, that we're not ready for something, that we can't go there. Like, for instance, I know there's places in my shadow and also traumas that I have yet to work through, and I know that once I go to those places, all of a sudden, I'll be better for it, I'll be more integrated, etc., etc. But I also know when everything in my being is saying, we're not ready to go down that spiral right now. So you have to listen to that too, to honor that part of yourself. Okay? So I'm getting death, abandonment, begin again. It's best to cut any losses and start anew right now. You will gain more in the long run. Ascending, you are making a leap in consciousness now. Let go of anything holding you back. And I feel like you are ascending. And humility is a massive part of ascension. Having humility. Knowing that you don't know everything about everyone or even yourself, especially about yourself. Okay? Knowing that you get things wrong at times, and that's okay, that you're still going to learn things as you progress on your path. All of this is part of ascension. And when you can have humility and admit your wrongs or where you thought you knew something but you really didn't, or you overstepped or whatever it is, when you have that humility, it's a big move in your consciousness. It's a big game. It's a big, big, beautiful part of someone's character, psyche, and soul to have humility. And I feel like you do have humility. And I feel like your humility is actually the part of you that's calling you to take a step back right now from the shadow. Not from like your spiritual stuff, not from whatever it is you enjoy doing, but from like being like hard on yourself for not like discovering all those like traumas and wounds and whatever. Abandonment and death, and maybe there is grief here. And I'm trying to go further and further into it. But it's just not the time right now. Golden Eagle. Maybe you need to watch Group 1. Yeah. I feel like Group 1 has a message for you. Enlightenment, success. Okay, let's see journey and mission with the horse. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has to say to you. Release and waterproof. Yeah, okay, so this card, waterproof, it talks about how pearls here, their feathers are waterproof, like they repel water, so they can sustain being in the rain and they don't get wet to the core. And so, metaphorically, this card talks about how you're able to not let things affect you emotionally. And I feel like what's being said here is this belief you have that you can handle something, or that you're like waterproof to a situation, that nothing's going to really affect you, or, you know, how do I say this? Being tough. Having that tough, I can handle this. I can do this. I can confront this. I don't know what it is exactly, but Spirit's saying you can release that. It's okay to be a little bit nervous. It's okay to like be a little bit cautious about exploring certain parts of yourself. There's a time and a place and a person for everything. Some of you who are really involved in inner work right now, working with someone else would be really helpful. Oh, participation, that came through for Group 2, and they had a message about an important meeting.
An important meeting.
Work with someone. So
Better not.
any upheaval that results in because when you do shadow work, it's not like you just do this inner exploration and you go about your day and everything is bad. It creates a whole upheaval of your thoughts and things from the past coming up that can really disturb something, and that can be a good thing. But you have to be ready and prepared for that too. And sometimes we don't really need it either. So let's see. Interesting message here, Group 3. What else needs to be said here for Group 3? Any other guidance? The message. 4 of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Queen of Cups. It's okay to be stable, it's okay for things to be calm, and sometimes it's okay for things to be boring, sometimes it's not boring, it's just safety, and there's no chaos going on. Something is very secure in your life right now, it's stable, or wants to be, and the beginning is here for you, and you need to allow that feeling to happen. But something about this trying to control something.
Yep, definitely your
Rather
Cypress.
than letting it happen. Beauty and growth. Gratitude. This is a big time for you to grow. Like, this is a growth, you're having a growth spurt. That's it. You're having a growth spurt. So allow yourself to grow. What about this masculine energy? And don't restrict yourself from the growth. You're ready. You're ready. You are ready. Justice, you are ready. And even if things are still kind of like, you know, you're working through some things, it doesn't mean that you can't go forward. You don't need to figure everything out first before you open the new door. It doesn't really work like that. So you can go ahead and step through this doorway to your new beginning. And allow yourself to grow in a beautiful way. And you can circle back to all of this other stuff that you're working through when King of Pentacles in reverse. When it calls you, when you are confronted with it. Okay? So, is there any other message here? Let's pull out one of these cards and see if we can get a closing message. That was a different one, group 3. But yeah, definitely needed. You go slow, you go at your own pace. Okay, group 1. The Golden Eagle, enlightenment and success. It's a very powerful image. This looks like a portal to me that you're flying towards, you're moving towards, you're going higher and higher. There's some kind of storm here, maybe in the collective or maybe in your personal life, but it feels like you're actually moving with the energy of the storm, but instead of it throwing you into chaos, you're allowing it to actually elevate you and move you higher to a better understanding of something and a portal to a new timeline. So maybe you're doing some work in the collective with a collective or a group of people that are finding themselves in confusion or chaos, or maybe it's just like whatever's going around you, it's actually working in your favor. It's elevating, getting your consciousness in some way. Even though it feels like, or it looks like maybe to you or to others that it's destructive. Interesting. There's a lot of like, I'm hearing play between light and dark. You're learning how to balance some energies here. Okay, let's get some more cards out and see what else is going on for you, Group 1. What does Group 1 need to know? Yeah, look at this. Nature and gifts. It's like this storm, this part of nature, right? Like, hold on. It feels to me like forces outside of yourself that are seemingly out of your hands and out of your control are actually an energy source that you have the gift to work with. So this could be like external chaos, like in your world, or maybe this is literally nature and weather. But there's something here that's like part of your gifts to work with this energy, chaos energy. And I don't mean this in a negative way. I mean you're a peace bringer, or that when things get stirred up, you're able to see what's happening from a higher perspective. It like the energies lift you up, whereas others might be thrown for a loop. This is part of your gift. And when a storm happens, things get picked up, right? Things like I'm seeing literally a storm where pieces of paper are flying in different directions. A storm will take objects from one place and put them in another, and when we find them, we have no idea how they got there. Oh, that's interesting. And then my little sage spray here is on its side to remind me of like a message in a bottle situation, which is kind of the same message, right? It's like the message comes to us and we have no idea how it got there, but nature carried it to us. Ooh, this is interesting, group one. So I feel like you're going to find something, maybe literally, or maybe this is more of a metaphor, but I'm really excited for this. It feels like very exciting, enlightenment, success. You're going to find something, and it's brought to you by the storm, and it's a gift for you, and it's part of your gift for things to come to you out of storms. What is it that you're holding? You're holding a button. A button. Button has 4 holes too. Let's see. Something about squaring the circle, perhaps. Okay, hold on. I'm hearing Picasso's, and this kind of looks like a Picasso painting. Something about art, maybe, but Picasso is like weird, right? And he used shapes really in interesting ways, abstracts, surrealist kind of. There's something that's happening that is out of the ordinary, but it's meant to come towards you. Okay, let's find out. What is this? Questions. What is coming towards group 1? What is coming towards group 1? Something about rhubarb. Queen of Wands. The Emperor in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse. And the World. Okay, here's the storm. Here's the chaos. The Queen of Cups and the Emperor in reverse. This is a lack of control of emotions. Like emotional dysregulation. Maybe somebody else's, or maybe in the collective. This is feeling disempowered. Could be codependency that someone is experiencing around you, or a group of people. 3 of Swords. Yeah. Some kind of painful situation that's happening in and or around you. But look, the Fool. You turn over a new leaf. While others fight in what to believe. You turn over a new leaf while others fight in what to believe. Okay. Queen of Wands in the World. What you're doing here, the gifts you have and the things you find, they help the world. Maybe you're doing something with animals or the environment, but even just energetically, you're in service to the whole, to the all, to the world, to the universe. And your service comes into play, into effect, when others are in disarray. There's something about rhyming here that's coming through too. And to me, rhyming is like, there's a rhythm. There's like, there's a rhythm, a natural unfolding of your gifts. So, if you're concerned about things that are going on around you and that feel chaotic, you're going to be okay. And in fact, you are going to be gifted some kind of awareness of how you're able to resolve the Lovers and the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. How you're able to resolve contracts that were made. It feels to me group 1. How do you say that? That you're able to like interject or intervene to change the course of direction for yourself or for others whenever there's a karmic contract. I don't know what this is all about, okay, but there's some kind of power that you have, some gift that you have to set things straight. So it's like when there's chaos, it's like, oh, group 1, now you might like feel called to be in service or called to go do something or called to be on the scene, I'm hearing, or to respond, and it's like you're setting the record straight. Okay, anything else? I feel like that's it. I feel that's the message. Okay, group 1, so that's what I have for you. I'm gonna move to group 2. Okay, group 2, elephant and seal. Community, perseverance, spirit, and perception. There's an unlikely meeting that is happening between 2 people. There's other messages here too, but that's important. You're going to meet someone who you didn't expect to meet. Maybe you're crossing paths unexpectedly. It could be someone new. I'm not sure. Let's see, what else do we have here? But there's some recognition between the 2 of you. Like I'm seeing the seal and the elephant meet. And it's like the seal's looking over like, oh, hi. The elephant's like, I remember you. Interesting. So maybe this is like a soul family. Because it says community. Okay, hold on. Resistance, anticipation, and night. This has been in the works for some time, like energetically, cosmically. Look at this anticipation card with all these empty tables. It's like, this is going to be a show for the ages. This is going to create a stir. Even if this is you coming into union with someone, it's going to have a bigger effect. And this effect could be unseen, okay? Night card. You might not realize that your union with someone is having such a big impact. And others of you could realize this. But I feel like Spirit is, like, you know, the guides have been anticipating this connection or this meeting for some time, and you may have as well. But not being able to really name it or put your finger on it, but you're just feeling like you're anticipating someone coming into your life. There's been resistance though. Maybe this is doubt that you've had. Let's see. What's the resistance? What's the resistance, Spirit? Vigilance. Being very careful about who enters your life, who you connect to. Web of life, your fate is intricately entwined with others, so step mindfully as you go along. Okay, so you've been a little bit resistant to connecting here with someone or a group of people or something, because you're being vigilant. You don't want to connect with the wrong people. You want to be mindful. Okay, it seems reasonable. The novice. Okay, so you're making a new connection, or this is a new situation for you. You're approaching something new. Okay, what's the guidance here, Spirit? What's the guidance? Ace of Wands. This is a big opportunity, this meeting. Can you tell me more about, yeah, give me some more guidance first, and then we'll ask that. If you come with suspicions that this meeting, maybe it's you and an employer, you and a family member, you and a friend, you and a group of people, you and, I don't know, it could be anything, a gallery opening, you and a stranger on the street, you from someone with the past that you want to meet with, or I don't know, something happens here. If you come to this meeting with the perception that there's going to be something to fear and to be hyper-vigilant about, then that is what will unfold. Like, it won't
I'll leave that for one of them.
be able to live up to its potential, this meeting, this connection. Yeah, it's like it will end some kind of potential or possibility, the star in reverse. So while it's good to be vigilant and to have boundaries and expectations and like certain red flags and no thank yous and all of that is good, and keep those in place, be mindful of when you may be using some of those boundaries or vigilance because of habit or because of your own fears that aren't really warranted in the situation, and you're just like used to doing that. Because I feel like for someone here, I don't know, you're gonna meet someone and then you're gonna fall back on some old way of thinking about something that this is a good connection in other words. This is a good connection, it's a good meeting. But it feels like you may be a little suspicious of it. But you can help someone in here.
Freeze!
You are
Do not come through this door.
something like this.
Can you take us outside?
Okay, I know more here.
Let go. Okay, let go. You can
Or
stop
what
and
else?
I'll get the door.
What else is there to know? Tell me
Yeah,
more
take that
about this.
outside.
I
Right
feel
there
like
on
you're
the
the
patio.
seal.
Look right there.
So they remember that is the elf and they remember you.
Dinner, something's wrong with Ryder.
Choose from. Who is this? What is this? Knight of Wands. Six of Cups. This could be someone who tried to pursue you in the past or who wanted to meet up with you in the past, or it's like a soulmate connection in some level. Even a
God, I
soulmate
love this
connection with a
vacuum.
particular career opportunity or friendship. This is like Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands, but they have also been fighting it on some level. Five of Cups. Okay, there's a few different scenarios here. No, you gotta take this how it resonates for you, but there is definitely an energy here that knows you, whether this is energetically, soulfully, or actually, that has had resistance coming towards you because they've been fearful or worried. It's like they have the same vigilance you do, okay, about the situation or just in general. But they are making some kind of movement. I'm seeing an elephant doing the rocking here, making the movement towards you, and you're going to meet them. And this is not like, this is fate, this is not a chance encounter. It's been anticipated here. So tell me more about the night card. Maybe this is literally happening at night. I'm also seeing 333. Strength, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Chariot, the Devil, and the 5 of Wands. I want to say the darker, maybe the shadow side of yourself or something else, or others don't really want this meeting to happen. Or there's going to be some competition, some jealousy, some working, there's certain factors around this
I'm gonna get that floor in the dining room, like right there, and put here.
Yeah, I'm worried about cracking it everywhere all over.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but wait, our bathroom is like, it's weird, like when I come at it, like, I go forward and then I go to the side, and when I come backwards, it just like pushes stuff backwards. So it's like,
down and get completely grab a marble.
Yes. I think it's out back. Come on, little one. Oh, come on, you're joking. So what did you name her? Penny?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Nellie. Something that I still have to do, just in case, like, whenever you're done, I want to go and wipe down all the base boards before I mop the floor. Like, in the living room and stuff, like, where she'll walk in the door and see. It'll just, like, she might not notice that base boards are done, but it's like her eyes will notice something different. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's why I want to clean, like, all this right here a little bit, too. Just with that mop water.
the impact because he normally uses it more than me. But I just, like everything I've done so far, I'm like, oh my god, if I had that right now, it would be so perfect. Like even on the road, you know, there's like ones where like I could like or like even on baseboards, walls, whatever, you know, like it got like every kind of
exploration.
I'm gonna put this right here. Maybe not. There? Yeah, that works.
There's some kind of storm here, maybe in the collective or maybe in your personal life, but it feels like you're actually moving with the energy of the storm, but instead of it throwing you into chaos, you're allowing it to actually elevate you and move you higher to a better understanding.
hey,
And it works in each cycle. So maybe you're doing some work in the collective. But nature carried it to us. Ooh, this is interesting. So I feel like you're gonna find something, maybe literally, or maybe this is more of a metaphor, but I'm really excited for this. It feels like very exciting, enlightenment, success. You're gonna find something, and it's brought to you by the storm. And it's a gift for you. And it's part of your gift for things to come to you out of storms. What is it that you're holding?
Oh, I'm gonna be so happy.
Yay! But it has 4 holes too. Let's see. Something about squaring the circle, perhaps. Okay, hold on. I'm hearing Picasso, and this kind of looks like a Picasso painting.
Maybe not.
Art.
That's already broken.
Picasso is like weird, right? And he used
Oh, wait,
shapes
lie.
really
This is not your
in
home anymore.
interesting ways, abstract, surrealist kind of. There's something that's happening that is out of the ordinary, but it's meant to come
Mom?
towards you. Okay, let's go.
Ryder wants out because he wants to ask you something.
Okay, I'll go out there. I'm coming.
It's
buddy. Thank you so much for the super chats.
Yeah, give me some more guidance first and then we'll ask them. If you come with suspicions that this
Oh my gosh, what is so good? Oh, sorry, literally just drag it away. I'm gonna start mopping the living area.
rhythm. There's like there's a rhythm, a natural unfolding of your gifts. So if you're concerned about things that are going on around you and that feel chaotic, you're going to be okay. And in fact, you are going to be gifted some kind of awareness of how you are able to resolve the Lovers and the Two of Wands and the Ace of Swords, how you're able to resolve contracts that were made. It feels to me, group one, how do I say that? That you're able to like interject or intervene to change the course of direction for yourself or for others whenever there's a karmic contract. I don't know what this is all about, okay? But there's some kind of power that you have, some gift that you have to set things straight.
Yeah, that's what does moving.
So it's like when there's chaos, it's like, oh, group one, now you might like feel called to be in service or called to go do something or called to be on the scene, I'm hearing, or to respond.
Best smell ever.
It's like you're setting the record straight. Okay, anything else? I feel like that's it. I feel that's the message. Okay, group one, so that's what I have for you. I'm gonna move to group two. Okay, group two, elephant and seal, community, perseverance, spirit, and perception.
I'm gonna call this puppy Missy for mischief.
There's an unlikely meeting that is happening
No,
between
don't lick my
two
hand,
people.
dude. Yeah.
There's other messages here too, but that's important. You're going
She's
to
like,
meet
but
someone
Heather, I'm
who you
going to
didn't
chase
expect
the
to meet.
thing. It's like
Maybe you're crossing
funny.
paths unexpectedly. Could be someone new. I'm not sure. Let's see, what else do we have here? But there's some recognition between the two of you. Like I'm seeing the seal and the elephant meet. And it's like the seal's looking over like, oh, hi. The elephant's like, I remember you. Interesting. So maybe this is like a soul family, because it says community. Okay, hold on. Resistance, anticipation, and night. This has been in the works for some time, like energetically, cosmically. Look at this anticipation card with all these empty.
Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Okay,
Fine.
about the situation or just in general. But they are making some kind of movement. I'm seeing the elephant doing the walking here, making the movement towards you, and you're going to meet them. And this is not like, this is fated, this is not a chance encounter, it's been anticipated here. So tell me more about the night card. Maybe this is literally happening at night. I'm also seeing 333. Strength, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Chariot, the Devil, and the 5 of Wands. I want to say the darker forces, maybe the shadow side of yourself or someone else or like others don't really want this meeting or union to happen. Or there's going to be some competition, some jealousy if it's a work thing. Okay, there's some resistance for sure around this because I don't know, why does somebody not want this to happen? Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Hermit. Well, it could be an opportunity that somebody else wanted.
This little demon.
Okay. There's some resistance to this meeting. There could even be like weird things that happen. You decide to meet with someone and then it's like something happens and you have to reschedule. There's resistance for sure in the energy here, and with the Devil and the 5 of Wands. And maybe this is what creates so much anticipation. It's like, okay, well, when is this going to happen? But when it does happen, it kind of happens unexpectedly. That's what I'm taking from this Knight card. It's like you don't really see it coming, but it happens. The Chariot, Strength, 2 of Cups, and 10 of Cups. This is a good union. This is a good meeting. This opens a door for you to something long-term that you've been wanting to move towards. This has a backbone, I'm getting. I'm seeing this red thread here, which we've talked about on the channel quite a bit. The community tab, there's a huge thread about it. Yeah, there's a huge comment section about it if you want to check that out. But when I saw this, I heard you're pulling the red thread. You're bringing something into, like, your destiny's coming together in some way through this meeting. Okay, can I get, like, anything more specific? Let's get a timing card here for you. Find out what's going on. And then I'm going to pull one oracle card, and we'll leave it at that. Let's see. Stop waiting. Then we have morning. Not too late. Someone could have been mourning something, like there's some grief involved, and because I saw the 5 of Cups here, and they've been having some kind of resistance towards bringing things together. And this could be someone you don't know even, who's been struggling to go out there, even maybe for a walk, and the day they do is the day that you meet. It could be something like that. There's lots of possibilities here of how this could actually come into form. But I feel like it's a new day with the morning card. It's not too late. And stop waiting for something to happen. But there's anticipation. Why stop waiting? Well, maybe you've heard this story a few times from different readers and you're waiting for it. Why stop waiting? Why stop waiting? the World, the Queen of Wands, the Emperor in reverse, the Queen, because you're getting bitter, waiting. Seven of Pentacles, yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse, and you're starting to think there's something maybe wrong with you, or you're not manifesting properly, or you don't control the situation, and you're redirecting your attention. So then, okay, so stop waiting, but I mean, how are they not going to wait after this message? So what should they do? The World. Or the World, I said, interesting, but maybe you need to travel somewhere if you've been thinking about traveling, or maybe you're the one who needs to go for the walk, explore something. The Wheel of Fortune. Follow the changing of the season. Follow the changes of the seasons. Follow the changes of the season. Yeah. And the changes of the tide. Go with the flow. Feel change, I think is what Spirit's saying. Like, you know how it can be a beautiful sunny day and then it rains? Notice, observe how things change so quickly. Things change on a dime in our world. So many things. There's cycles. And so stop waiting, because things are going to change. There's cycles happening. It's not too late for this meeting to take place. The Emperor and the Upright. And once you really have faith in that, the Fool, and believe that, that's when this new meeting happens. And you create it as well. You manifest it as well by witnessing the changes that are constantly happening. Nothing ever stays the same. And it's not too late. All right, group 2. That's exciting. You'll have to let me know, or you don't have to, but I'd like to know when this happens, what happened, if you want to share with me. All right, I'm going to move to group 3. Group 3, the spider and the crane, connection, shadow, and dance meditation. Be delicate with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. If you're doing any inner work, exploration into your web of experiences that were created, then only go as far and as deep into those experiences that have happened in your life as you feel guided and comfortable to go. In other words, don't push yourself too far into the shadow space when you don't feel comfortable with doing so. Now, shadow work is always pretty uncomfortable, but there's a difference between being uncomfortable and being grounded and knowing you're safe and all of that, and then being uncomfortable and feeling like you're gonna go off the deep end with something. So if you feel like you're treading dangerous territory within yourself or within a particular situation, take a step back. Okay? Shadow work gets talked about a lot in different places, you know, in different spiritual places and psychology and so forth, and pop culture too. But it's kind of serious stuff. You're going into your subconscious mind, pushing yourself at times to open doors that your conscious has closed because it was too much at some point.
Okay, I heard this.
And so if we're gonna open those doors, we should be able to open them with a little bit of resistance, but maybe like, you know, the door opens, it hasn't been open a while, it's like a creak, you know, it's a little creaky. We shouldn't have to get a pry bar and like pry the door open. And if we're doing that, it's probably not the right time.
Guess what, guys? Taking an L? 2 L's? W. All right. Broken clock. It's right twice a day. If it walks like a quack, it ducks like a duck. In my most recent video, I got a little bit of pushback. All right, guys, just a little bit. I genuinely do try to approach this YouTube thing as fairly as I possibly can and be a smart, intelligent person, but I am unfortunately a low IQ individual. So, with that being said, I decided to reach out, as I should have done so many times before this specifically, but reach out to Dawson, the guy who made the Mr. Beast video, and see if he wanted to do a little interview real quickly. Turns out, he messaged me before the video even went up, and he is someone that I have had access to this whole time and just didn't reach out because I'm a fool, guys, because I'm a fool. So in the interest of fairness and in the interest of actual rationality, let us have both sides of the story in this one video on Mr. Beast, who I, on the face, refuse to believe is a evil, the Antichrist. But maybe though, I don't really know. A lot of people say it, it's a big meme. A lot of people hate the man, just seems like for no reason, basically, really, to be honest. But also, there's a reason that this video is blown up so bigly, and it seemed to resonate with a lot of people, and the Mr. Beast camp still has yet to come out and make any sort of statements outside the Ava Tyson stuff, which is very cut and very dry, and easy to determine who's the fucking degenerate and who is not. So once again, in the interest of 2 L's, potentially have a W here, I may be retiring as Mr. Beast's biggest glazer, alright, his biggest apologist. But that's only because Dawson paid me more than Mr. Beast, or, yeah, Dawson's paid, no, yeah, no, I don't know, we'll see. Without any further ado, here is the interview with Mr. Dawson. I have a bunch of questions. Firstly, I apologize if in my video, I'm not sure how much of it you saw, if you saw all of it, if I unreasonably dismissed certain points, which I definitely absolutely did, but I would like to apologize. And I have no excuse other than I should have re-recorded a large part of that video before I posted it, because it's like a 3-day turnaround for all my videos, and it's just, you know, your video is an interesting pill to swallow, for sure. It's very, very, very interesting. And a lot of it's like, I'll ask you some questions. So, firstly, I'd like to say that I'm sorry, genuinely, and I'm not willing to apologize for just no reason at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't even expect you to apologize if I watched your video. Like, maybe it's because I've watched your content before and you're sort of a Mr. Beast defender, but I wasn't expecting. It was pretty much on par with what I expected, I guess. Okay. And I thought it was fair.
Oh, see, that's what I was trying to do. See, I was trying to be fair. I generally, I'm now the Mr. Beast apologist on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I think every creator is.
That's true. But I don't want to be. I want to be honest, though. I want to have good faith. I don't want to be right. I just want to be honest. And, you know, if my intent is not matching with the information that I have in front of me, and like there's some crazy level of cognitive dissonance, it needs to be made clear. So that's the whole point of this, hopefully. We'll be able to
address your cognitive dissonance.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say bury the hatchet, but that's nonsense. All right, so I got a list of questions here. Did you ever get to meet Mac? Are there numerous employees like Mac who won prizes, or is Mac the main guy? Have you ever met anyone else?
I have met Mac.
Okay.
I remember, like, I don't know if you know how I got hired, but I had posted, I sent them my job application, but they also, like, don't usually respond, so I also posted it on the Reddit, and then someone had contacted me. But in that job application, which is public, I'm, like, detailing all these ways that, like, faking videos is bad or whatever, in my opinion. And I use, like, Mac as a reference. And then I get to the company, and it's, like, my first day, and I just see Mac in the hallways, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know he worked here.
Interesting. So it's kind of like
yeah,
it's bizarre. Yeah. Do you think they didn't do any research into you first, or do you believe that they just not care?
Well, my first manager, I think I sort of slipped through the cracks.
Okay.
Because my first manager left, like, he put in his 2 weeks notice the second day that I was at the company.
Interesting.
Yeah. So That's a whole thing. But
So the main thing that you've claimed really well, there's two kind of like big points that are really egregious in my opinion in all of your claims, and that is number one, the illegal lottery thing. That's bad. Okay, that's like objectively bad. That's a crime. That's fraud. Nobody should do that. Secondarily, the big thing is like that people have said for so long is that his videos are faked, and like the extent of which they are faked. Do you think that some of the philanthropy channel videos are like faked? They're obviously a different thing because it's all for good. Like, what is your stance on the philanthropy aspect of the Mr. Beast industrial complex?
it's hard to go into the philanthropy right now because it's kind of what I'm investigating.
Okay.
And I've received DMs from people who I have verified as Mr. Beast employees, claiming different ways in which they're sort of fluffed up, you know, and it's sort of a controlled narrative. Like, I'll give one example, which is a DM I received about somebody saying that when he healed 1,000 blind people, many of those people were going to get the surgery for cheap or for free, regardless.
Okay.
He maybe expedited the process or something.
So,
but then you sort of gained full credit for it.
Yeah, so it's not to say that it's like totally necessary. Like, you're not trying to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's more so just like for the sake of transparency, right? Like, this man is claiming all these things. He should be able to be 110% transparent. Like, you shouldn't spin something that has the possibility.
Yeah, the logic there, I think that the company would respond if it was like 100% undeniable that they fluffed things up. It's like, okay, well, we're fluffing up for entertainment value so that the video gets more views, we get more out of it. Like, most of the 501c stuff, it's legitimate. I'll say that. Like, it's not to discredit his charity work, but sometimes there's like the charities being used to fund certain interests. I've also heard like he was exposed for trashing a beach. Essentially, this was like a controversy a while ago, but it didn't get much attention. And I've heard that it was the philanthropy side of the business that actually went and cleaned up the beach instead of like his production company. It's like that could be shady, but
Right. Huh. Yeah, because that's where my biggest kind of like problems lie with all this stuff is the lack of transparency from like business dealings intrinsically. Because it's cool to have someone be honest and everything when you're running a business, but like from the creator side of it, to be as successful as he is, or to be as successful really as any, you have to do things occasionally that are immoral, but you don't have to use your charity company to clean the beach that you messed up. And like you don't have to make the claim about the candy being healthy, the 5-in-1. Like, you don't have to do all those things, but like it's like, well, it's for entertainment. So that's my scapegoat. That's why I don't need to be transparent. It's an invalid defense.
yeah, and those are just allegations that have been messaged. So I haven't really dug super deep into it, which is why I haven't made any definitive statements on anything.
And looking on, is there anything that, you know, from your first video that you sort of want to amend? Or do you have, are you 110% sure you're justified and validated?
Or do you want to just go through Chucky's tweet, or no?
Yeah, I can go ahead and go through Chucky's tweet.
Because, like, as far as the claims of, like, selling fake signatures, rigging contest videos, and illegal lotteries, obviously, like, I think those claims are legitimate, and I stand 100% by them. You know, they just took down the 5-hour live stream on their Facebook page.
Right.
Just, I feel like
that's
sort of an acknowledgement.
Yeah.
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 We can go through, like, Chucky's specifics that he called me out on, because he cherry-picked the worst arguments in the video, obviously, and even these, like, I don't think his rebuttals are great, and he didn't really provide any evidence.
Okay, so I've got Chucky's tweet here. He said, "You won't get in a video unless your family or friends are with someone that works at these I can put a statement on screen.
Yeah, so that actually, I don't know where it's going. Some things are posted on another site. When you watch my video, you know that it's the French back in CGI, that's what CGI pretty good. That's okay, that's the matter. However, when that video from out a little bit short, didn't even see the lot of cases on how you can CGI on video. And I can tell you that the feedback was they say, oh, it was never a secret. And it's like, well, it was pretty bad to using CGI, why are not openly acknowledging it? Again, not a big fan of that video. About the reaction, the reaction in reality, it's much worse.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's a domestic raccoon that they brought to the site. They're feeding in the front, they just discovered it. Yeah, exactly. And then there's a scene where somebody off camera takes the raccoon and like throws it onto the bed. And I'm trying to pull this clip out. The edit is very strange because there's a zoom in and pan up, so it like hides the fact that the raccoon is going on the bed. But what it's really doing is hiding the fact that someone's throwing the raccoon. And then there's a voiceover in post of Jimmy saying, "Oh man, the raccoon just ran into the hotel or whatever," and they're like screaming at it and shit. So it's like almost, I wouldn't say animal abuse, but like it's kind of borderline mistreatment, and they're just like using it as a prop and then
Yeah, that's
scaring it for no reason.
Yeah, I don't like the whole, that's bizarre. That's weird. The island costs more than $1. What about that? What do you think about that? What do you think about that response?
If you literally Google what he tells you to Google, it used to say that it was $1 for the transfer fee, but $27 plus tax and everything. Also, like, the tax property records show that the island is valued at $800, and then they leased it back to the owner for $0. We're just like, dude, who gives a shit that the island didn't cost $1? It's just insane that they go to such extremes to never admit that they've ever faked anything. But Chucky released his statement at 4 a.m., which is like, I think it's very intentional to when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely. And the article has been changed, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
To change the article.
You're going to do all that effort to just not admit that the island was $28 instead of $1 or $800 instead of $1.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, who cares? Yeah. Like why would you defend that so heavily? Like, yeah, we did it for a video, of course. It's not that big of a deal. The video got a lot of views. But that's like the whole thing. Is like he's building up this massive empire. It's all predicated on the generosity, the genuine nature, the philanthropy, the transparency. That's what it's all. All that is like the main thing holding all this up. So it has to be, the criticism for that has to be acknowledged.
Yeah, I don't know if I can speak to this. I think him saying "how on earth would you know" is like baiting me into giving confidential information, like breaking my NDA or whatever. Because actually, people think that I broke my NDA, but like 90% of that video is public information, and then like the other 10% is about crimes. It was like, it was pretty decently strategic. I don't think they would have a case, and like I've spoken with lawyers and everything. So, oh yeah, I didn't tell you. I got a cease and desist
from Beast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can put that up. I need to investigate that.
Yeah, dude. Satan, Lord of Darkness. Is that real? I think they forgot to change that. Mr. Beast YouTube LLC. Disclose sensitive, confidential, proprietary information. How do you feel about that? Do you feel nervous, or do you feel excited?
I'm confident.
You feel
not excited.
Little nervous. A little bit. You gotta feel a little. I would be shitting myself if I were you.
No, I'm not shitting myself.
Well, you're
because there's 100% expect.
Right. I mean, to be honest, it's cool to be nervous and not scared though, because like you are coming from the perspective of this is what you believe is truth, and you're doing this out of good faith. Like it doesn't. The whole disgruntled employee thing.
Is there a scrub brush?
That was my initial response as well. It's like, because we've seen so many of these types of things happen. But at some time, at some point, it becomes like,
I totally
if
can't
it looks
hear
like
your
a
reply
duck,
and I'm in the
quacks
tub.
like a duck, it's probably a duck. And that duck doesn't mean that they're all disgruntled employees. It's that maybe there's something going on internally at the company to cause these disgruntled employees. But it's become a bizarre thing. I'm interested to see how the coverage of this continues to go further and further. You need to keep me updated on your cease and desist, because you're not ceasing or desisting. It seems like. So let's see. Revenge storyline added in post.
Yeah, 100% is added in post. 100%.
Okay.
There's a clip of Jimmy in an interview with John Ushai or whatever, and he says, "Oh, this is why he got out," or I don't know, maybe he did get out just because he didn't know or he thought no one else stepped out. Like that's the truth of the matter. Like who cares again? He's just addressing points. And it's like even if I prove that it was fake. I feel like a lot of people in the Twitter comments are then like, well, who really cares what guy costs $20?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're right.
That's me.
It's not about Yeah, it's just about them covering it up to such an extreme degree that they can't admit to one little thing.
Yeah, and to be honest too, I don't feel like this doesn't feel like as much of an attack as I thought it was on day one. Like, it's genuinely just like you need to be held responsible. These are all valid criticisms. Like, there's you know, this is not in bad faith. This is good faith, and it's for kids. Like, that's 3 days on, or however many days it's been. That's where I'm at with the whole thing. Whereas day one, I was like, you know, eating my Feastables or whatever, which I don't even like Feastables. I've only eaten them on camera once, and I don't like chocolate very much, so it's like not even that crazy. But it's funny reading all the negative comments in my video. Though. It's very interesting. They think that I have a collab brewing with Mr. Beast. He's never even. Yeah, dude. I literally turned down so much shit on YouTube. I do not give a about YouTubers, but I just want to be honest, and that's what this seems like. It seems like that's what you kind of started off doing in the beginning, which is good, and you're not being forced to be honest like some people. Not only were the results of the video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
Yeah, Upper Echelon posted a whole video almost exclusively about this claim, and he goes into like case law about how he blatantly rigged the results of a challenge and how that could be illegal.
Okay.
Yeah, his point is basically like, why does, you know, the world's largest game show with the highest viewership not have to follow traditional regulations? Yeah, it's
a good point. That's what it all boils down to too. That's like I don't know why it's like not a thing that everyone can just be like, this is the reasonable confrontation. That this is the reasonable thing. Why would they need to send you a cease and desist for any of this? That's what I don't understand. Like, if it's all stuff that people talk about, like, you're not being like, Mr. Beast is the Antichrist. Well, maybe a little bit, but like at the same time, who cares, right? That's something that actually. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that part. I watched it minute one. Like literally, I think it had maybe 30,000 views when I watched it, and I don't remember when that was. But it's interesting. It's really interesting. Like, why? I don't know.
Yeah, my point was that he is the Antichrist, but I wanted to basically say, you know, people at the company speculate that he's the Antichrist, but then it's like, that's total hearsay. I have no evidence of that.
People at the own company do?
Yeah. I mean, he's in the Bible Belt, and it's like, people sort of joking, feeling around ideas is the impression I get from it, you know? It's like one girl talked to me about it, like explaining her theory in detail, actually referencing Bible verses and shit. And I'm not Christian, I don't know any of this. And it seemed like she was looking for me to sort of offer her like comfort or validation, be like, nah, that's crazy or whatever.
Interesting. Wow, that is very funny. Imagine walking around in your organization and there are people who work for you who think you might non-ironically be the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Dude, no wonder this video did well. People are thinking it. It's just a thing.
Oh yeah, I have so many former employees in my DMs that are like agreeing and like even some that obviously everybody wants to be anonymous. People who are in the videos in the past, like that are known.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Chandler?
Yeah. But if he reads Book of Revelations tomorrow and
Also, I think some of the Mr. Beast giveaways are fake. Did they fake giveaways, you think?
I think some of them just kind of slip through the cracks, where it's like, you know, you're giving away 1,000 phones, maybe one producer, they want one for their nephew or something. No one's like actually regulating. It's not like the FTC's watching over their shoulder, so you can get away with some small things here and there. But mostly the giveaways are legit.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing too. It's like, if you're predicating your brand on this is the giveaway thing, you don't have the inch of wiggle room to just give a phone to a producer. You don't have that thing. If it's like once a year, whatever, but no, that's Mr. Beast. Like, it's a totally different thing. Like the PNC, the company that gives away those or Publishers Clearinghouse or whatever, the people who give away those checks all the time and people win the lottery and all that stuff. If someone in that company were to be giving money to someone outside the rules of the law, they would get destroyed and be seen 100% bad faith and go to jail probably via the FTC. So it's like, you know, rules for thee, but not for me, because Mr. Beast is a pioneer and a trailblazer.
Oh, actually, referring to giveaways, I do have new evidence of like potentially another legitimate crime, which is that I talked about the golden ticket giveaway for the Willy Wonka video and how one of those tickets went to a YouTuber called Della Vlogs. There was another former employee DM'd me on Twitter, and he told me that there's another contestant in that video who his name is Justin, and he's Ava Chris Tyson's cousin. If they have some explanation, like maybe the contestant dropped out or something, they replaced him with him, then they could be fine. But like in a sweepstakes, if he actually won a golden ticket, which is what the employee is telling me, then that's completely illegal because you have to disqualify your family members.
Right.
Of employees. So.
That's interesting. When is your second video coming out?
Well, I gotta talk to my lawyers.
Oh shit. You gotta talk to your lawyers, and you gotta get more mushrooms. More mushrooms. Is that what Chucky said? That explains your erratic behavior.
Yeah, my erratic behavior. He also said like I only worked at the company for a month. Sort of deceptive. I mean, I was contacted by the company back in February 19th, and then February 22nd, I signed a non-disclosure agreement, and I started working with the company. It's just unpaid, whatever you call that, like a trial or training or whatever. But then I got to Greenville March 10th, and there was just like no time with the CEO or whatever to like sign the paperwork apparently.
Okay.
So that's why March 25th, 15 days after I arrived in Greenville, is when I officially started the 90-day contract. And then after I got fired, April 19th,
What?
the day that I got fired, one of Mr. Beast's oldest.
How bad did you hurt
two
yourself?
friends, like he's known him since 10K subscribers.
Come in here.
He called me and he said that he wanted to hire me.
Are you
but he had to
broken?
ask Mr. Beast first, like Mr. Beast Corporation,
Stick your arm in here.
for permission because his company, one of their clients, is Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast Corporation said, like, oh, don't hire him, he's a rat. And then after I got hired by his company, I was again doing work for Mr. Beast. And I was like in contact with people at Mr. Beast.
Interesting. It's just another one of those sort of weird things where they're like unnecessarily adding the layers to something that's really not that complicated.
There's such like loophole specific
that's weird.
paperwork, which I can send
Alright, oh, you walked in the house with all that all over your feet?
You can only be so
Oh
fair
my
with
gosh,
evidence,
you better
and
go.
I'm trying to be
Walk
as
the
fair
same
as
path
possible,
that you
and so
walked.
far
Oh my
that
god, we
message
literally
is
just vacuumed
you
the
got an
block the
argument of
whole
good
floor
faith
and I
and then an argument of bad faith. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And yours is the good faith. By the way, Jimmy spends unfathomable money time to ensure the integrity of what he does, and I hate to see it come to question with a bunch of lies. Dawson, if you leave this up, then you're a hypocrite. Do you think that is a true statement? How much control does Mr. Beast actually have? How much do you think you can blame these things that, it's Mr. Beast. That's it, it's him. How much can you blame on the people around him reasonably? Not saying you ever should. He's the face and the name and the main guy who's he's going to be extracting the most from this, so he should be able to take the responsibility of all the faults and criticisms, etc. But if you were to be as fair as you possibly could and even play devil's advocate, what would you say percentage-wise? What's Mr. Beast's fault? What is not?
Yeah, no, I actually play with this idea and speculate a lot. Like, okay, if Jimmy was fully innocent, how could he get into this position? And it'd be like, you hire people who do bad things, and then they use those bad things as blackmail cards against you. So maybe somebody pressured him really hard into selling fake signatures, and now that they know that he sold fake signatures, it's harder to fire them in case they go to Time magazine. Like concept called blackmail inflation. So I don't know. Anything could be possible. Mr. Beast could be completely innocent. I've seen some behaviors and things that make me think that he's not, like what I told you privately, DMs and everything. But yeah, so I don't know, 50-50. Let's call it 50-50.
So that's where I'm kind of at as well, because I have some character references. So after seeing everything that you've said, right, I feel like even in spite of character references and in spite of low IQ, he's a philanthropist type defenses, which I do think is very important. I think the overall good you do is more important than the intricacies of being an ethical content creator or whatever. But once again, it transcends that because he's got giveaways and he's breaking laws, etc., etc., etc. So very, very, very early on thoughts. I feel like with all the character references that I've gotten, it's about 50-50 in that I know people very personally who have spent a lot of time with him and they love him, and I know people and they think he's a genius and a visionary and he really does bring a lot of people up, etc., etc. And then I know people who are that guy is not a human being. That guy, he gambles all day long. Shit like that, I've heard people say. Total hearsay. I don't know if that's true or not, but the people who have said it, I would believe them. Not enough to where I'm going to make an entire video about it, But it boils down once again to a 50-50 thing, which is I think why it's so important to talk about all this stuff, because I believe that your argument is in good faith. And I think talking about this point specifically for someone like me, that really reinforces my belief that what you're saying, the things that you're saying are truly in good faith, and that you're not a disgruntled employee. If you are rightfully so disgruntled employee.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch my video and like view it through the lens of, oh, this guy's just a disgruntled employee, but the evidence still speaks for itself.
Of course, yeah. It
That's
really
what I was
does.
trying to. That video is like sort of remove myself from it and just show you as much evidence as possible.
Well, I'll tell you what, bud, sometimes that gets lost on even great geniuses like myself. So, fools. Fools. We talked about alleged illegal lotteries and how they were conducted. Do you have any more instances of that other than the instances that were covered in the video? We mentioned the 5-hour live stream that was taken down.
Well, I drew the line at like 30 million subscribers because there's countless examples of people doing this back to, 10,000 subscribers.
It's good to know that there's a clear line in the sand now.
Hey, Hannah.
There's also like, he did a shady live stream with TMCs where it's the same thing, like buy in the next couple minutes and you could win an iPhone, you could win a car.
Well, I'm dying now.
I didn't talk about it because it's charity work, but even still, like, legally,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's the same argument. It's something bad good because it's for something good? At what point do you have to, once again, just draw a line in the sand and be like, no, you need to be held responsible. If anybody should be held responsible, it should be that guy. It should be the number one guy. He shouldn't be able to slip through the cracks. What was your job title exactly while you worked for Mr. Beast Corporation Enterprises LLC?
Ideation strategist.
How complicit are the other actors in the Mr. Beast content, like pre-Ava Tyson being shut down? How complicit do you believe that Carl, Chandler, even though he reads Bible verses now, like how responsible do you hold them all?
Far less responsible. I mean, they have families, they have their livelihood on the line. The people who are responsible at Mr. Beast are literally nameless. Like, you guys don't know that they exist.
Okay, that's very reasonable. Okay.
Yeah. Like top executives.
Okay. I just don't see someone like Chandler or even like Carl or even Ava or any of these people having anything to do with any of this. Like, they just don't seem like these giant geniuses. They're just like regular ass.
Yeah, they're actually like acting in the dark.
Interesting.
In terms of like productions and stuff, specifically. And the reason is because like someone like Chandler might actually read it, even if it's accidentally.
Right. He might read a specific Bible verse. An old prophecy about the next Mr. Beast giveaway being fake. One of the interesting things to me that I felt like was really good YouTube content, but didn't necessarily sway my opinion on anything, be it whatever it may have been, ignorance, whatever you would want to call it, is the studies of children's psychology and the incorporation of those studies and the knowledge that they gain from that, like literal academic study of children's psychology and the application of that into the content and the strategies and the business model. Because to me, that is something that I find abhorrent. And I, saw the video, and I'm not going to just magically believe that, obviously, but it makes perfect sense, and the points you make are there. But I would have to see like an SOP from Beast Incorporated LLC, Satan.com, and it would have to say like something specific for me to just blatantly believe that type of thing. But we're talking about this, and hypothetically speaking, so I can, give you the benefit of the doubt, because I'm an ignoramus. How deep is that? What level of manipulation of children's psychology do these people use for profit? Like how far does that go, do you think, in your opinion?
I mean, I think they'll go as deep as they can. Again, I don't specifically know that Jimmy's like super into that. I've heard him say on podcasts, hey, would you study psychology or whatever? But I think when he's saying we, you might be like, this department of the company studies psychology.
So did you ever observe any examples of that in the ideation process?
Yeah, but if we got into specifics, yeah, kind of.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. Trust me, bro. I trust you. I do believe you. Yeah, because that's where it starts to get really, really, really bizarre and strange. And the marketing is pretty much always bad. Do you have any examples of like kind of good positive strategies for marketing just in general? Like because now you're so hyper aware of like this YouTube thing. What would you say is like an example of a brand or a content creator or someone who's doing well, just to like kind of shine some positive light?
Yeah, there's this guy on YouTube named Imperfect. Also, like Brian Trahan probably as well.
I would agree.
Bo Burnham, when he was around, he was great. I think he was almost too moral, and that's why he had to leave.
Interesting. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I really appreciate it, by the way. You flattered me. You flattered me too much. I did not deserve that. That is something that I try to do whenever I make videos. I try to approach it, like, morally, right? And if I feel stupid, or if I feel that I was wrong 100%, like, I need to make it right at the expense of my own, like, I don't really care about my, like, feelings or whatever. I really like to try and find the good faith aspects of the things that I'm talking about. It's so easy to talk about degeneracy. You know, it's so easy to talk about Ava Tyson and like all these sort of freaks that I talk about and cover all the time. Like, it's so simple. Stuff like this, it's difficult. It requires someone with a higher IQ. And I do, you know, I can't say that I felt the same first watch, all things considered with your video on Mr. Beast, but having digested it as a critically thinking human being over the last couple days, it appears to be 100% good faith as well. I can really say it does not seem like you want to necessarily gain anything from this. You're not a bad actor. You appear to just be honest and
yeah, I mean, we're all monkeys. We will lie. We have to. I mean,
of course.
I just try to be honest, I guess.
What do you think about the Rosanna Pansino thing and like the whole Amazon games, all that stuff coming out now? Because it's just like, ever since Ava Tyson happened, there's been so many different little strings of what's going on. What are your feelings about all that?
When I first arrived at the company, there had recently been a Time magazine article published with like a video and stuff. They came and interviewed him at the studio. I heard lots of stories about that interview and everything, and there was multiple employees in that Time magazine piece that were sort of whistleblowing against safety, like OSHA violations and everything at the company. Which then, like, the reporter came to the studio. Apparently, Jimmy thought there was going to be like maybe Time Person of the Year or whatever.
Yeah, fluff piece.
And then this reporter started asking questions about safety. And you can actually see in the video, Jimmy kind of has to awkwardly kick her out halfway through the interview. And then apparently because she was asking about safety, they had already spoken to former employees.
Alright,
So
I'm gonna take a shower
I haven't witnessed anything personally because
before I finish cleaning the bathroom so that I can like do it
but I had heard
clean.
through the grapevine lots
So
of
I'm gonna go
stories
shower right
about
now,
safety.
and then I'll be back later when I get home. So I love you.